answer. Thanks. I love you. Hey, catch me on. I don't mean to be like a butt about this, but seriously, catch me over on OnlyFans, Everly, Everle. Because if you like this content, you will love the content over there. It is not like other girls. I don't know what they do. I'm just Tara. I'm a solo artist on all my channels, and I want to hear what you guys want to see. I love to entertain you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Love you. I hate to say it, but good morning. I know it's 2, and if your promotion's in, you're like, I'm gonna kick your ass. You're like, it's not. Hey, Facebook! Hey! We got YouTube, Facebook here. I just want to tell you guys I fucking love you. You guys are awesome. I'm sorry for the days when it'd be bad. I'm sorry for, if anybody's gonna start shaking that booty in the face and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm the middle child. Baby, and tell you everything I'm thinking. All right, we got some ideas, guys. I need to know what you think. We got a few collaborators coming around. I'm gonna do my first. I've been on this one site. It's called Sexy Jobs. It's not one I recommend. I've never taken a job off there, to be honest. They're pretty inappropriate. I hate the worst. But I always like to see if anybody's changed. Because as the years pass, you're seeing obviously a lot of us that are like under 40 have way different ideas than the people that are above 50. I think the ones that are like in between, like, and right now I just want you to know, like, there's nobody that like can't be successful in whatever you try. So many people are suffering right now, like from just lack of really, they're kind of lost. Everyone's lost right now. And they want to be found, and so that's the cool thing. Everybody's just place of like honestly seems like pretty peaceful, like as far as like with at least accepting that shit's the way that it is, and you're just like, okay, well, you've at least argued yourself with it long enough, and you know that arguing about it isn't changing it. You're just like, it doesn't feel good to accept this shit, but you did, and it's a big thing. It's a big deal, and I'm really proud of you. I forgot about these new pants. All right, so once you get to that place of acceptance, you're just like, okay, well, now what? Well, that's the cool thing. You need to figure it out. We know that we're just going to go through a couple of clips from some of the things that I've been dealing with, because I feel like this channel is a great place for me to share with you guys all this fucking raw ass, fucking totally rated inappropriate shit. And a lot of the reason why I started the shit is because I'll tell you why. I literally have lived a life of fucking crap. And I'm not blaming nobody. But I realized that, like, for me, I think it started with the CPS involvement when I got in CPS involvement in my family. And, like, everything that I would do that was outside of what they told me I had to do, it was a blackmail fucking fest. It was always like, oh, if you fucking see James, you're going to fucking, I'm calling the cops on you. It was like always a fearful thing to me. And I was like, what the fuck? I felt like, well, for one, everyone in my family was using drugs with me. They actually started me on drugs, and shit like that. And so that was something that really bothered me. My parents are cooks. And then one of them would get really high and she would call the cops, And so I was like, what the fuck? And I had to just be young. Very young, and just think to myself through all these experiences as a young child. This, honestly, I'd say it by quite, like, I just saw this bitch fucking whack, and literally, I can't tell you how many times she would, honestly, be a complete hypocrite, and she would actually have been, like, the doer of things, and then she would just wait out and actually turn me in all the time. And over the years, I have found that, like, women that suffer from jealousy, envy, and narcissism, they actually are very hateful and cruel, and this can be a dad to you. I talked to somebody in Portland when I went there, and he told me he didn't even realize that moms were like that he thought it was only guys. And so for a lot of you guys, it was one parent or the other. A lot of times it was just forceful, and they were hateful. And a lot of times it could have even derived from you being separated from your other parent, having to choose which side you were on. you didn't want to do that, but you were also in the situation of always just feeling like you couldn't ever be yourself. So that starts there. People go with different directions, and you'll find that most of the people will go in the direction of the following of the abuser, but that's whatever they want to do. That's fine with them. That's not how God created them. That's not good in their heart to do that. And, as we face challenges throughout the years, you'll find that you are met with these times. And when you don't go and snitch people off, but let's just say fucking, for one, when I was snitched off and shit by all those people, it was a definite target. They fucking are all mad at me and shit because fucking if you do anything they tell you can't do, oh yeah, you're getting the punishment, dude. Well, for years I didn't really realize that. I was like, you know how they do. Oh, well, it's because you did this, and so as they insult you, they break your soul down and you actually become just this completely instant. You're like, you don't really know that you are slaving away for somebody who is manipulative as fuck. And so you begin to date people like this. But I am not hateful of it for anybody that they even were like that. I'm still sad for them, regardless. And God made me very amazing without bragging. I'm very grateful to be myself. I was born to a Karen, a redheaded fucking Karen, and she's a Leo at that. And so anybody who knows any about those three things, she's a powerful fucking woman. She's stubborn. And I love my mom, regardless of anything she's ever done. I still fucking love her, and I always have. And when I sat there in jail and fucking the courtrooms, even at tables, CPS tables, she's all blasting her fucking mouth, dude. I shit you not. Oh yeah, one time her and James did this, and one time that she's taking pictures and breaking into my apartment. I fucking shit you not, dude. I had so much fucking PTSD from my family fucking stalking me and harassing me. She'd be at the front door, fucking, they'd be watching through the windows for whatever amount of time. They would always have known the entire scene. They would know who was inside. By the time you would get the knock at the door, they knew what was happening the whole time. They'd studied the place. They would turn me in. They would take my phones to the cop shop. They would fucking give them all my numbers. I mean, they would make copies of my house keys. They would turn me in fucking constantly. If I was driving without tabs, oh yeah, every fucking time I left the driveway, I was getting turned in. My mom harassed me. Absolutely harassed me. And you know what I did? I never told on her once in court because I wasn't stupid. Because I cared about my fucking siblings and all the fucking other people that relied on her. And I knew that if I would have turned around and actually said anything, what would have happened to her? She's fucking me in prison. And I don't want that. I thought about the picture of it. I thought about her walking in an orange jumpsuit. I really did. I fuck no, dude. I don't care what the fuck you ever do to me, dude. I would never want that for you, bro. Never. I'll fucking do my time. Oh yeah, she's got my twins and shit, and she acts like she's a righteous woman. And so as this goes by and by, I'm like, fuck, dude, I feel like such a dirty piece of poop, dude. Shit, I can't tell you how ripped apart even to even get to this point of the story. That's not even who I am. And literally, dude, I've done nothing but serve her and love her and wait every day. Every day at night I prayed. I did the same prayer for years. I would always say, please watch over the members of my family. And as the family grew, I would just add a name. And I would say always to please forgive me for all my sins. But the version of me that prayed was a Christian, I guess, at that time, but an unbaptized one, because I never did baptize myself as anything. I feel like a baptism is the same as marriage, and I'm only going to do it once. And I just found that we were kind of just like dictated constantly about the threats from my mother. And I'm not even, I love her, and I hate to tell the story how I really feel like I feel, but I have the right to, and I have never done that yet. And I just, as I learned through all of these years, because those things happen, they began happening in 2005. As far as the legal stuff goes, I spent about 12 years off and on in court with her, and she sat there and mutilated me, dude, as the fucking dealer. They were my dealer. They were what are you talking about? Do you know how hard it was for me to sit there and actually listen to my own mother do all that? And, yeah, well, that's that. So that's that. That is a lie on everything that fucking has ever fucking happened. I want to tell you what happened with the twins. Me and James met each other, and we were fucking partying. We went down a bad path of life. He had an older cousin that was in prison, and I shit you not, one day we're sleeping and then it's farting, and the door gets kicked open, and it's this cousin. And this cousin grabs a fucking little tray, and I told you we're gonna talk about some serious shit in this chapter, okay? So I need you guys to just know that at this point, if you are somebody who's sensitive to topics, we're gonna get into some sensitive topics. We're gonna be starting to talk about, some in behind the scenes, stuff. But this guy pulls out a fucking tray. I've never met him in my life. And I don't think that, honestly, my baby dad, who he ended up being, fucking, I don't think he'd ever really hung out with him either, because he had a good mom. We had at least decent parents. They went out. My mom wasn't always like that. My mom was clean. She left my dad when we were 4. So I'm not saying you're saying my mom has like always been a piece of shit. But my sister died when I was 14. And she relapsed. And that's how it even became a thing. And she panicked. She saw that she was going down this road again. She's straight up fucking sees that she's brought this substance back into her life. She panicked. I'm not mad at my mom. I can forgive her. But I just at least, I don't need her to do anything that she doesn't feel like she needs to do. But what I'm not going to tolerate anymore is somebody slandering my name ever. So we're going to be touching up on all of those things. And you're going to have a moment, whether you listen, just relate, or have lived in fear of honestly telling your story for whatever the reasons are. But have been literally disrespected and abused by somebody who's telling a lie. That's not okay. If people don't want to talk about their story, then they don't need to. But they do not need to be telling another person's story in a way where they're putting them down, especially, one of my mom's favorite sayings was, "You ought not throw rocks at a glass house, Sarah." Do that. You're the doer of that. What are you talking about? And so I'm just here to just mention that in our group as the Villain Bloods, this is who we are. We are the fucking middle child or misfit child. It doesn't matter what age you are. I've actually asked many people, what child are you in the family? I've gotten every fucking kind. There's the oldest, the youngest, and the middle. But there's one of us that fucking honestly has this kind of personality, and we're pretty fucking cool. And that's why they hate you. Because they ain't you, bitch. And that's a fact. And that's not something that we are going to sit here and fucking be talked down about. We're not going to sit here and fucking have anybody talk to our children about things that... And it's turning into a generational issue. That's another reason why you need to stand up and say whatever you feel about it. Because I'm sure you guys are at least on your 3rd family generation. And you're seeing the same toxic things happening at least, if not more. I'm the only one so far in my family other than my big brother Lamar. And he's not part of my mom's side of the family. My dad's side of the family does their own thing. They're very fine. They're pretty fucking psychopathic, to be honest. So that's where I get my happy side. My mom, very pessimistic. And it's purposeful. And I know it is. Because literally, for one, 2 counselors have told her the same fucking thing. You use old problems to make fucking new problems every fucking day of your life. She basically is fucking, I have been diagnosed. So those are things that we're really going to take a look at. Not here to put anybody down, but we're here to actually validate our own fucking names. Justice is here. Justice is here for anybody in our group, because I would never let anybody disrespect you guys ever. And I went to school right before I met James. I was going to school to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a criminal defense attorney. And I probably would have been a bomb-ass one, but you know what's so funny? Half my family does law, and half of them, they do education. And then the other bits are criminals. But I felt like every time I was like in the courtroom for school or just doing anything school-wise, I just felt like everything was like triggering me to think about my PTSD, which is like the shit my mom. And I also realized that my mom wanted me to do a lot of shit that she just didn't do herself. And something that I've learned, I ended up going into psychology and I became a teacher. And I work with corporations and I typically do marketing and business building. I love it all. My main thing is to go into different companies and help them improve their numbers. And I've got to work with OSHA and human resources, and I've got to work with the colleges now. And when I'm at the schools doing it, I get to work with about 300 to 500 people a day, easy. And my duty as a teacher, like when I'm at the colleges, is not to, I get to be in the classroom for a little bit. It's usually like a couple hours, but we're down on the clinic floor with the students and the clients on the other bits. And I've just learned so much from you guys. You guys are so amazing. I've literally got to learn that every fucking student, every person in the whole world is different. And I've always knew that since I was a little girl. So I was literally little, too younger. I remember being this age. This is like my first age memory. And I know I show you guys this picture sometimes, but you see here, I just am sitting there looking like that. And that's how I just always felt like. I felt like when people were talking. And nobody in the family looks like that. But I remember being that age. It doesn't change for me the whole time. Look at in every fucking photo, dude. Everyone. When I fucking begin to be happy, I've left the fucking property. And I'm not here to be rude. I'm honestly just like trying to just like honestly free anyone who is a prisoner of that belief system. And it hurt me a lot. That chapter, my sister and everybody went against me. They wrote declarations against me, and then they even said me and James couldn't be parents because we were not good for each other. Well, that story is fucking pretty hard to tell because my daughters are here today, and I would never want them to think that they mattered less or didn't matter at all. But me and James found out we were pregnant when we were partying heavily. And when that guy kicked the door open, he brought in some fucking shit in that house that day. And he did a really terrible scene. He like actually did this stuff. He performed a use in front of us after kicking the door open. And it was just a very abusive and controlling like situation where they, in that type of environment, they actually will make you do like really odd things. Like even if you like needed, these are the type of men or women that would make you like, if your kid even needed anything or you needed something, like you actually needed it, you would have to do something like crazy extravagant, like totally like that would devalue your self-worth to get that thing. And so that's where it's really big for me to always like remind you guys to never do anything for something. You do it because you want to. I've grown up in this environment. My dad made people do that. And I watched from a very young age people being manipulated because they were fienders. And so we're going to be learning a lot about just you honestly being such a strong and amazing person and the things that you have went through and how many people, luckily, because of your mercy for them, your love, your respect, your intelligence at these young ages were way, you outgrew your elders from the get-go. Some of your guys' first memories was like, what the fuck, God? I feel like the best way I could envision how God even tricked me down here. I feel like I must have known. I've always just known from a young age, like I was different and I wanted to be different. And even at that age, when she asked me, what do you want to do for your dance classes? And I specifically asked her, what do the other girls do? And she said, ballet. I said, well, then I'm going to be a tap dancer. The fuck, you know? And so you just always felt like you were different. And you did not just everything that these people wanted you to do, but you took fucking these fucking punts after punts after punts. And like, you probably could have found, like I unfortunately found that truly these people were attacking you. They were literally trying to hurt you. They slept with your boyfriends after calling the police and broke you guys up. They turned you into the cops, you know, for some of you. They talked terribly about you. This is actually extremely acknowledged. And today we will just announce straight the fuck up that we are not ever going to be the type to pursue hate against anyone. But we now have congregated together, and you have a family here with me. And I watch you guys. I protect you, and I pay as much attention to you as I can. And so if there's always anything that you need or that I can do for you, I mean, we're all struggling with our finances at this time, but I do have some ideas to get us at least out of here for a second. I know how difficult it's been for all of us. A lot of us feel alone and sad, depressed. And the thing about suicide is that it is a creeping disease, it appears to be. And this is a very serious problem. And the only reason I'm calling it a creeper, like it's like the Grim Reaper, is because I'm starting to feel very sick in my heart. all of a sudden. And those things we got to like really actually like pay attention to. It's very important that you are aware of your emotions and that we get the fuck away from these people. That is actually, you know, what's crazy is that they have the power to drive you to this point. And you know what? They don't even want that because a narcissist literally feeds off of your energy. And so, you know, it's fucked up. When my sister died, my mom cried. She cried. And she acted like fucking it mattered to her. And maybe it does. I wouldn't know. Because I don't hang out with her fucking now. She doesn't hang out with any of us now. And it's like, if it mattered to you so much, then why didn't you ever hang out before? And why don't you ever do it after? Why don't you ever appreciate the kids you have alive? You know? It's like, I don't fucking buy it, bitch. And maybe I'm wrong, but fucking like, I don't fucking feel like you ever fucking, we've never even went to, got our fucking toes done or nothing together. I knew not to even fucking ask for shit when I was growing up. She even tells us that the shape of her boobs is because she fucking fed us, breastfed us. So we fucking, what the fuck, dude, are you talking about, dude? I don't even want to ever imagine that. I didn't even breastfeed my kids. Those are fucking my man's nipples. Yeah, I don't even know. And I love her very much. But like, I was in town actually the other night. And I just parked outside of her fucking house and there's a fire burning on the fucking deck. And I've just gotten really used to, you know, all the stuff that they say that's horrible and how the, like, go lay down. Go lay down. I'm not doing this. When I'm talking, we're not doing the toy thing. Get the fuck out of your head. Go lay down. I hate when I'm fucking interrupt you. I'm fucking tired of looking like a bitch too. Fucking, it's so irritating to me. She thinks like she's like on a schedule where she actually thinks like if I say hi guys, she still walks over here and she actually is like, that's her thing. All the other time she's laying there, she's relaxed, and that's her. Get up there and lay down. You better switch it around. So that's that. I chose not to do law, which I should have done both, but I didn't want to be triggered every day because every day reminded me of her doing it to me and my dad. Me and my dad ended up being the targets. And you know, that's what it is. All I can tell you is that if any of your siblings actually screwed you over, who cares? They're accomplices in any crime. Straight. And does that mean that you're going to go and do anything? I did what I needed to do with my family. I never did turn them in for the drugs because I don't turn drug people in. It's not one of my crimes that I focus on. I focus on sexual abuse. So that's the only crime I think I've ever turned in. I've only had to turn in anybody that I felt like forced hands on another person. That's what I believe in. So some of you guys need to focus on what are your main beliefs, because like people have these rules and they're always like, you're gonna go to hell or you're gonna whatever the fuck. And I feel like we as a young person, we're like, I don't really feel like if I feel like that. And they're like, oh yeah. But like God is there with you the whole time from the get-go, and that's what he's trying to tell you. He's like, dude, put me first. I'm in your heart. I'm in your heart. Like he wants you to hear him in your heart, because you know what? God straight up, even in their own book, says that some dude wakes up in the middle of the night and gets a calling and literally fucking says, come with me now, family, to the forest. Let's go believe in God, you know? And they're like, you're fucking weird, bitch. Go the fuck to bed. And he's like, leaving, bye, deuces. And he leaves. And then they're like, hail to the man who had a fucking weird dream. And literally nobody says that here. You know, and you know, if you listen to any CEO, literally tell their story, it's one of my favorite things to do. I love CEO energy because my dad was the chef. So it's like I got to see from the get-go what the levels were of status. And there's different levels. There's the moochers that ain't got shit, so they'll steal and do it, you know. Then you got the ones that can be like distributors, where you can sell it and have it for free. That was my thing. I'm not gonna fucking pay for it either way. I'm not gonna do it for it. Or you can be the chef and you're the distributor and you're the big dog. I'm not really into that whole get. I'm not gonna, but you know, there was other areas. But some of you guys could be fienders and moochers, and you could be struggling, and you could be lowering your status to say, well, I need it, so I'm gonna do what I have to do today to get it. Don't do that. That's not gonna elevate you. You have to be true to yourself. That's a rule. You can do whatever you want, I believe. I do believe that. Because you know what? Honestly, psychopaths are born with the part of the brain that can't feel bad for what they've ever done wrong. They do have urges to eat people like Dahmer. You know what I mean? They're literally born with The part of the brain that would have been there for us if they were the same is the part that says they will ever feel remorse for what they've done bad. That's not there. It's like just gone. It's like if you had an ice cream cone, there's no fucking top to the cone. Like it's literally never gonna grow, never gonna be there. And so people need to understand like each brain type. I feel like, and I feel like that's something that we can do fine. I think that some people are okay with people being different, and some people cannot stand it. That's just them controlling things and them not having control over their self. And so as we learn how to take our power back from people and just be honest with who we are, you'll find that different things happen as we go. One thing that I did do that helps me stand firm is I did stage like I've never converted over because I don't feel like I ever converted over to try to be liked. I think I did it because it was situations where I needed to respect the person that was telling me. Like it was all, my mom's always been the main person for me, and I'm grateful for that honestly, because I see a lot of people have struggles with Well, I already know I've had struggles myself. It's terrible to have a toxic lover. James was a karmic lover for me, but I loved him very much, and I think that when you can just be honest with yourself and be like, did you mutually fuck each other over in the relationship? Me and James did, in my opinion. We were partying. We could have left each other at any fucking time. I'm not going to say that either one of us, we were not raised by stupid parents. His mom, I know, told him to stay the fuck away from me, and my mom said to stay away from him. They tried to keep us apart. So therefore, we already had at least one source of influence that was saying something. So there's like barely any way to not somehow be accountable for the fact that we could have left our own selves at any time. So if you're somebody who's like, oh yeah, they fucked me over, like you need to learn that even if that's the case and that's where you're coming from in your mind, if that's what you want to settle for, that somebody screwed you over, if you were a CEO, where would that place you as far as like rank? If you're the type to get fucked over and you're thinking of yourself as a business, what's going to happen to your business, man? You need to start thinking of yourself as an investment in a business. That's how I always look at it. I've just known that from the get-go. And it probably was from watching all the dealers and everybody fiend. And like one of the fucking scenes that I cannot stop thinking about, it's one of the most, probably like, biggest one of my foundational ones. Like my dad, which is really cool to be able to actually see, and God knows what he's doing, I'm telling you. So when you're become a light worker, you're going to realize, and you are light workers, you're part of the 144, and that's different. Only the 144 works directly for God. Like you guys are going to go through some fucking situations like this in particular, starting with your family being involved in a dynamic that you don't agree with. And you're going to learn how to word things in a way that's honest but respectful, because that's what a leader will do. A leader's not trying to be the winner. A leader's not trying to get people in trouble. A leader just truly sees that whatever environment they have the right to have, you always have the right to your opinion, but it's not what they say. It says, say what you mean, but don't say it mean. That's one of the sayings I like. Say what you mean, but don't say it mean. That's one thing you guys are going to be working on. And some of you guys are going to be working on as far as like even just learning how to communicate at all. Maybe you don't even say what you think yet. Maybe you wait a day, 2 days, weeks before you even say it. What do you think happens to everything when you wait? Life changes so much around you. You're letting all of your opportunities fade away for some of you that doesn't say it. But for those of you who didn't say it for purposes like myself, that what? If I turned around and talked shit about everybody like they did me, what would have really happened? Every one of us would have been in trouble. That wouldn't have been valuable. Then all the youth wouldn't have had a fucking parent. Nobody would have fucking been at a home to take care of the kids. So you did something great. You know, you might have fucking took the rap on some bullshit. And maybe they fucking sit there and slander your name. And say, oh yeah, there she is, the big old piece of shit. And you're like, nah. I'm the only reason you all fucking have anything today. Facts. Facts. And fucking, you know, you need to make sure that that's known, not to brag. But just to say, bitch, watch your mouth. If you step to this, I will knock you out. Facts. Watch your mouth. Don't fucking disrespect, bro. Don't fucking come at me. That's what you're telling people. You're gonna tell them, no, you better watch it. You're gonna say, actually, Linda, you know what's happening? I've actually known the whole damn time. I don't know what you were thinking. You're like, but that's not something I worry about. You're like, but I am worried about that you understand that I am a strong individual who will take you out if need be, you know? So you're like, I'm telling you right now, from this moment on, everybody gets a clean slate. But you're like, from this moment on, you don't. You're like, that's on you. You're like, I can be the old me understands why I did it. You're like, but the new me doesn't have to do that anymore, because if y'all fuck up, the new me can fucking take care of what the fuck you didn't, bitch. Before you were low in self-esteem, these people were fucking beating you down emotionally and shit. Making you feel like fucking you had to follow these rules of fucking life that they don't even follow. Saying how fucking you're this and that, and how the people you date gotta look like this, fuck do this shit, and how they won't fucking respect you, or they try to fucking make you feel uncomfortable when your boyfriend or girlfriend's around, like, then they go even sleep with them and stuff. But I know that one's rare, I hope it is. But it happened to me. Who the fuck does that? That's creepy shit. Do you know, I was just talking to so many random people. It had to have been up to 4. And between my mom and sister, I found out different ones had actually done both of them. I was like, what? Dude, I don't know. I was so grossed out. I never touched anybody that, I would never want to even touch anybody that did either one of them. Not because they're gross, it's just gross to do. What are you doing? And who goes and calls CPS and then takes them out to the bar and does it? And so those were just some of my scenarios that I'm feeling honestly fucking relieved to actually say for the first time ever in my life. I've never even told my story. I could literally go to those court meetings and actually they were ruthless, sleeping around. I couldn't even believe it. And then just more and more I found out along the way, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually truly surrounded by some really bad hater like women, you know, basically, and I love them still for whatever I can. But even not even long ago, dude, my sister, she's just getting, in my opinion, with respect, I hate to say it, but worse and worse by the day. She, a couple of years back, dude, she literally fucking, okay, so my sister, she's also a fucking addict. She's clean now. She's got her, I think, 6 years clean. Congratulations. Because I fucking brought her up here fucking, I treat people differently when they struggle. I'm there for them. My sister, she, you know what, my mom called me said, oh yeah, Tasha's high, you know, fuck, but just like no, because they'll talk shit about each other. And you know what, honestly, I was angry at her for even telling me that about my sister, because you know what, I hated how I felt when she did it to me. And so I'm not the type that wants to get people back. I actually was like, no, she's not. She ain't fucking high. And she's like, yeah, she fucking is, you know. And I still respect girls that talk shit about each other and then me, and like, get the fuck away from me. Don't fucking come at me talking about this girl when you and her fucking just wrote statements against me. I was still being really nice though. You know what? My sister wanted a hair color that day. See, that's how nice I am. They can do fucked up shit to me and I still just love them. And I try to like, in the past I used to like not really understand, because I think in your 20s you're like, oh, you know, maybe it's for this reason. Maybe if we do this, it'll get better. You know, you always have the maybe. But you find eventually that maybe they didn't do anything. You did everything. And then they sleep with your boyfriends and shit. And then like, no, it really hurt you for some of you guys, obviously, to go through CPS and lose your fucking man and lose your kids and be forced apart and then have your parents fucking. My mom took them to the bar and my sisters left them. That doesn't even make sense. There's no, what are you talking about? Like, what? And like for him, like they were all like that. He was even hurtful. He's the one that told me. He called me one day. It was like, just so you know, just gotta tell you, I was at the bar the other night and I made out with your sister. And I already know him. He already proved to me when I left him that he was the type of person that would take me out just because he didn't want to step up. When I came home, I had like 8-9 months clean when I wasn't supposed to be around him at one point during our case. And they were blackmailing me so much, even him. I guess he was even parked outside of my fucking apartment. I didn't even know. But one day I came home, I just had a really weird feeling. And I came home and I had done all my services and I was in compliance and everything with CPS about. He wasn't. And so Actually, by law, even if you're like, so I guess if one person does the services and the other one doesn't, their rights won't get terminated. So, like me, I was involved. My son's dad was involved, and now my daughter's dads were involved. You know, so there was like three of us total: James, Tori, and me. And it was kind of fucked for Tori because Tori was not into the hard drugs. Like it was something that me and James kind of. Well, to be honest, Tori was the one that was with me when my mom got us all going on it. So Tori experienced us being like really good kids who were just like at the lake doing normal things to going into like activities of like really like honestly buying ingredients and going around and he just watched the whole fucking thing go downhill. He wanted me to get better. He was such a sweetheart too. But by the time like I was 14 when it all started, so it was like it was crazy for all of us. We were like all literally living this like crazy different life all of a sudden after my sister died and it went on for years, and then my mom just decided she would go in and out. And she would like remember that she had gotten clean at one point before, and so she felt a lot of guilt and shame. But she was like never honest about anything. She was never accountable. She would just go into attack mode, and she would also like if she was gonna do something, you would have to follow the lead. But she wouldn't use you. She could use like nobody respects that shit, bitch. Nobody's gonna listen to you, like, and you're gonna turn people angry, and that's what happened instead. All of us started to just not respect her for the purpose of you do it work on Wednesday and then on Friday you call it get the fuck away from me. It got to the point actually where she what? It's me up. I think it was me. Get out of here now, dickhead! We've got a gun! We'll get off our property now! She likes it when I do that. Makes her feel. Get out of our property now! I'll protect. Get out of here now, asshole! Fuck you! We will fuck you up! That's right. You tell him, girl. You tell him. Oh! Get out now! I think we got him. Yep. You want me to throw it? Give it to me. Let me see. Give it to me. I'm not gonna do this. Get me the fucking toy. I'm gonna shut the door and go sit down. And I don't think you want that more. Give it to me. Put it in my hand. Thank you. She's so cute. She's actually a scaredy cat. She like will hear the noise, but then she just looks at me for like help. The other day, I felt so bad. I've actually never scared her before like that. I will never do it again because it's like it was pretty. She was like, I came home at a weird time, and then she didn't see who I was yet, and so I actually made it all the way up the stairs and pretended to make noises that she wasn't familiar with, and she was all upstairs behind the door. She was like waiting for whoever was gonna get her, poor baby. That's why I want another dog, but I will have to figure out what we're gonna do. But I just want you to know that for one, I made it through all those services, and I ended up being the baby daddy to the twins. I took care of I have visitation, and my rights didn't get terminated. I paid child support on the twins. And to be honest, that's fine. I think in the end, it was a really great thing. They've got to have a very rooted system. We grew up on a farm, so mom's not a bad person. It's not saying she's a bad person. It's just saying that she needs to take accountability for the fact that when my sister died, she's the one that fucking brought the drugs into the house. And fucking people fucking are angry, honestly, for her lying. She didn't tell anybody that fucking she did anything. She did not tell anybody that she did anything. The first time I ever fucking used, I seen her fucking using. I said, what the heck? She told me, quote, shut the fuck up, sit down, take a hit, you'll like the high. That's exactly what the fuck she told me. I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to fucking feel. I didn't even know I was supposed to be staying awake all night. And literally, dude, I just woke up the next day and fucking went to school. And Tori didn't. Tori noticed how he felt it. And I remember that day specifically. I was like so robotic with I've always been business savvy. Thank God for that. Thank God for growing up in poverty and knowing that I had to make, the money was such an issue at her house for my mom. She's always one of those people, and I hate to say it, because I'm going to be honest, and she's probably going to get so sad and pissed. I'm not being rude. It's been a lot for me. It's been a lot for all of us to deal with somebody who thinks they're entitled doesn't work, and thinks people owe them every fucking thing. No, you don't. She's one of those women that think that fucking because she fucking spread her legs that fucking people need to pay her child support. No, they don't. I don't fucking get paid child support. And I pay everything. And I pay her child support and I still fucking make it work. I don't fucking get child support. I don't go after Tori. Me and Tori never went after each other for nothing. She does. She goes after us every day for fucking everything. Even in the courtroom, she'll even say, Your Honor, I just wish they would buy the kids clothes. What are you talking about, dude? The kids have their own rooms and their own bathrooms and fucking flat screen TVs and fucking a wraparound deck in their own fucking living room. And you fucking you're a liar. They have more than everything that they need. So anytime that somebody tells you that the kids are neglected, or I'm sure you guys even deal with it from your own baby mamas that do that, or baby daddies, it obviously doesn't matter who the custodial parent is or the non. Typically, I've seen the court honestly honor the evil parent because they are very strategic when they come for you in court in the first place. Well, we know now. I can help anybody through court. I know everything now about it. And so I'm okay with how it worked out. I know that God did things great for me in the end because, at the end of the day, as a single mom, it would have been really difficult for me to make things work with 4 children. So I ended up pretty much having 2, and she had 2 at the time. That's sort of been 2 and 2 for the most part. Sometimes 1 and 3. My he was the firstborn. And so we spoiled him a lot right from the get-go. He turned into like Angelica from the Rugrats from birth. I remember him being like fucking 1.5, and he wouldn't even have to open a present. It was like he could see through the wrapping paper. And he's actually very much like that now. He's a big diva. He's a Libra. So he actually is all about his name brand shit. He's never changed on that. So that's fine. He likes his fucking quality shit. He likes his quality vape. He even calls me out. He'll be like, Mom, what the Mom, I just got off work. What did you do to the bathroom? I said, I painted, honey. He said, Mom, no. Do you know what Dad would say about that stuff? I would get fired. I said, can you fix it? He said, I can't fix that. I cannot fix that without a whole freaking new thing of paint. So he's pretty funny about it. He ended up being a great kid. And everybody will be just fine. And the kids, they're all smart. Miley is one of the twins and Brooke's one of the twins. They play every sport you can think of, just like we did. They have a great work ethic. They do 4-H, and my mom is not on drugs, and she's gotten clean, and my son helped her get clean after that. But she gets clean for other reasons. It's like always somebody else. Today, my son's living up here because honestly, she let her son fucking punch my son in the face and rob him for $300, and then literally told the cops she didn't see nothing. So it doesn't matter where you are at in this fucking sequence of shit. It's just momentary, and you might have dealt with that. There's a lot of anger right now going on from other children in the family that are still were never really ranked as the favorite child. So if you have rivalry, apparently I do with my sister, I didn't even know we were still fighting. Because you know what? I fucking feel honestly offended by her. Truly fucking offended. When I found out she was high, I didn't believe it. My mom was talking shit. I was like, what the fuck do you not talk shit about, bitch? And literally, dude, my sister gets weird when she uses, and you know what? Fuck you, dude. I'm telling the truth now. I've never talked shit about them, but they continue to honestly just get themselves in these situations. They just literally initiated my daughter to fucking leave my house without my permission and get into a car that they hid her in and drove her 5 hours a round trip away from me. That is illegal, and it is very unhealthy for a child. But you know what? I don't actually fight it because this child is showing such close signs to being exactly like my mother, only raised by me, that I'm scared for life. I'm actually wondering whenever I wonder about if it would be from them, and it would be because you're jealous and envious. I don't even bother you. They literally make fake accounts and stalk my shit and just talk shit every day. They have meetings where they actually have my phone present. Go lay down and sit the fuck out of my fucking way. Go, lay down. They literally do tons of shit. There's literally mocks me. I mean, anything you can think of. Who the fuck goes and grabs somebody's phone and takes it to the police department and says, here's all the contacts for everybody in town that she talks to in case you want to just check it out. Do your thing. Do your thing, girl. I don't really care. In the end, all they really wanted to do was save my fucking twerking videos. And that's what I do. Whenever I know that because my family works for the police a lot. And, my Aunt Barbara even works for the CPS, the DSHS office, and she did quit because they said, you got to get the shot, bitch. She said, yeah, why don't you fucking take this shot in the fucking face because I quit. She's badass. She's the one that taught me how to be single. She said, Oh, fuck, dude. You know what your problem is? You don't fucking want a man. You need one. And it just hit me. I realized we are so stuck on this whole family system shit. And we are coming from a place of poverty. Every one of us, even if we have a little bit of money, we also need more. It's crazy. And we're not actually having, we have no ability to make that money with the options out there. No one, none of you do, unless you do something on here like what I'm honestly figuring out to do. And so that's what I think might be the best idea for any of you. And when it comes to the internet, there's a lot of fear sometimes because you may not know how to operate it. I know how it feels. I was 24 when I made my first fucking internet account. The internet was invented when we were kids, and I know I got some younger ones on my channel, so it's just crazy to even think that. But I just want you guys to know that if you're somebody who remembers when MTV came out, it was just right around the corner ago. And so if you're somebody who's ever heard the word pyramid scheme, this one would be the ultimate. This social media stuff is the way to go. Entertainment has always been where you guys are going to make your money. Now you need to now separate yourselves, because I know that you guys are struggling because you have obviously differences with people's beliefs, and you are not meant to actually convert if you feel uncomfortable. God is the reason you're feeling that way. It says, put me first, bro, because people are going to puppet you around, and you might end up waking up many times in your life and realizing you just did. Get up there, lay down, go stand on me. Come up here. Up here. There's nothing else to do for you. How many times have you literally broken up with somebody or just realized they were using you? And so what are you doing about that? Are you actually somebody that got used? No. You why did you get used? Would you not have given it to them? That's something you need to look at. Is being used really being used? Because you're a good person, aren't you? So did you give it to them, or were you hoping to have a trade? Because you could have actually been given karma if you in the end thought, I'm going to do this and then they're going to give me something. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you need to set yourself up with integrity before you enter. That's what helps me. I love being here for you guys. And I want to help every one of you guys out. And all of you guys are actually you're my favorite thing to do. My whole family, unfortunately, took on from the narcissistic side, and I live a 5-hour drive away from them. And the only time they come up and see me is when they want to rob me. That's true. Even like the last time they came, I found out that somebody had a doctor's appointment up here. So I got so excited. It was like, it's November, so there's 2 birthdays in my family, and then there's obviously Thanksgiving. And so I got so excited they were up here, and I go to the store and I spend a few $100s, and I'm going to do the Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to wing it real quick because I love to cook. So I asked him, hey, you want to stop by? We could do dinner and Josh's birthday and Halo. We could just do like one little celebration together as a family since we're all together. Oh, I fucking have to go. I'm not fucking planning on fucking staying. And it was like that. That's how it always is. And so that obviously broke my heart because I just felt like I didn't matter. And then, so they reluctantly stayed just because fucking, and then literally they were a bitch the whole fucking time. And at one point I pulled the turkey out of the oven and the water kind of like whipped back and actually fell on my hand. And I got these humongous fucking blisters. I shit you not, dude. My mom fucking laughed at me, dude, while the water fucking hit my hand. I actually fucking went off. I was talking to her. See, she has a different perception. So it doesn't matter. You're my fucking mother. And the blisters were so big. And I don't even care. What I was concerned about is this is my cutting hand. I'm a barber. And like literally, dude, I was just picturing like, am I going to get these fucking burns on my fucking career hand? This is the one I use for all my makeup shit. And, that's what I was actually worried about. And I had to go to work. And like, I wasn't able to open my hand. And she literally was like, ha, ha, ha. She was like doing a stupid laugh. And then I said, what the fuck, dude? I literally have been keeping calm. I always have to keep calm. Every time I think about her. And literally, she just brings so much pain. And it was like, and literally, dude, she fucking looks at me and she said, oh my God, Tara. She doesn't say God. She would never say God. So actually, I bet you she said, whatever, Tara. You're so fucking vain. She's like, we're all gonna have to get ugly someday. So okay. So are you really jealous? That you know what she's saying? She's happy I'm gonna get ugly. So you're jealous that your own daughter is fucking pretty? You're weird, bitch. You're weird. And that is what it is. And that's weird. And honestly, she'll say, that's not even what it was. She'll say her version of the story was like, I was just saying you were freaking out that it was going to be ugly. Yeah, because it's my fucking cutting hand. But you wouldn't know that because you didn't come to any of my fucking college graduations. You didn't come help me find my house because if I do anything that she wanted to do with her life, she'll sit there. Okay, so when you're young, these parents don't realize they're about to get jealous next. And that's what happens. They have you do all their dreams for them. You're basically a replica of them. That's what it is. You are an extension of this person. And then they start to see you looking good, living the life they wanted to live. And it has this reverse psychology effect on them. They become jealous of what they created. And you're like, oh my gosh, dude, you would be like that. After all the work that you do for these people, when you finally reach their goal, do you know why the fuck they still won't accept you? They get jealous. They see you living a life, the fucking life they created. It's like obviously why it's like easy to figure out for us. But when you have that epiphany, you're like, oh my gosh, dude, that person is so toxic for everyone, themselves, the way they think. Because as a young person, if you have respect for your leader, you're gonna know they're tripping, but you know the system. You will know your way out. Basically, you're planning an escape route, whether it has to do with being the right age to leave legally, to whatever, emancipation, running away. But when you do get out, what then do you become? It's so important that you guys continue to learn and forgive yourself and really just ask yourself, like, when you are in these situations, were you a true friend to them? Were you hoping for anything out of it except for just whatever you guys spoke about face to face? Like, I'm big on just making clear arrangements and agreements with people. And I've realized that a lot of us have done many things wrong. We have went into love based off of the above 50 mindset. And things have just been changing. The marriage rate has reduced significantly, which I think is good. I've never been married, and I look forward to being married. I'm going to marry one man, and that's it. And in my heart, I've just never felt like I've came across my true soulmate yet. And when I do, I hope we don't have to divorce. I really do. I don't want that. So people are not getting married, not because the statistic is dropping. It's because they understand they're not going to settle, and there's not a lot of choices. In order to find true love, you have to be authentic, and you have to add synchronicity to that, and you have to add purity. So purity would require people to be clean and sober. Like the ultimist is a pure. We can't even actually we don't know for sure. As much as we even would like to exempt whatever your favorite drug is, you say, well, weed, should we find, do we know that for sure? Were you born with weed in your system? So then probably not. And all true reality, pure would be truly clean and sober. And in order to be truly clean and sober, you might want to know things such as, like, if you're a meth user, it takes 6 months for meth to leave your system. So those are things that matter. If you're a marijuana user, you're going to have like around 40 days a lot. I've really not seen it go over 40, but that would depend on how much fat cells you have in your body. So no matter what, I've gotten now, I think 16 days, if you need to know what amount of days. So you just look it up and say, okay, so I'm on this pill or I'm on drug, whatever you do, that matters. Purity is, it's an ingredient to love. So also another thing is healed. Do they have unhealed wounds? Are they in high priestess energy like this, where you can actually say, hey, this happened to me. I'm going to tell you my story because of a non-hate thing. I feel terrible to have to say it. I know that I'm causing some pain upon some people, and I just want you to know that, this is all part of the healing, and it really is. Part of the healing that they teach you in counseling is that you know how many counselors told me I had to leave them behind? Everyone. They said, you got to drop your family, dude. I said, I don't really know how to do that. Everyone. And you know what? They're the ones that sent me to these people. And so they might be surprised to know that they actually directed me away from them. And you know what? It's, I didn't want to leave anyone, and I haven't. I love all of you. And what I'm going to do now is categorize. I've already been. I turned it from walking away from people to categorizing people. I'm gonna make a cup of coffee. That way you can become the emperor and the empress. Because as an emperor and an empress, your duty is not to. You're a CEO, okay, and you literally don't see the CEO often. But when the company CEO comes in and you know that the big dog's there, that's how you're the CEO now. And that is the easiest way to live life in the real world. Because they are expected to uphold a self-respect standard, right? Because they are aware that if somebody talks about them, thinking for things that they do that would be shameful, what would happen? Well, you may have people wonder if they're going to be in the best hands around you. A non-judgmental person doesn't have to look at what you do for a lifestyle and say, you're a piece of shit. He just might say, I don't think I want to work with that person. They look kind of just not myself. You know, if you're big on sanitation and you like, everybody's different. Some people just want a laid back, fucking awesome boss that they can be themselves with and go smoke as many cigarettes as fucking they want on a break, fucking come back and do the work and fucking not have a micromanager. Some people want to live in a very, very, very sanitary environment with a gated community, you know, and so it's really just like categorizing everybody for what they like. You have to look at what they enjoy and you have to look at what's healthiest for them. We're not here to say you have to be clean because nobody's fucking gonna sit. Our group is not gonna, I'm not fucking gonna say I'm gonna be clean. I'm gonna stay on the islands. We're definitely gonna have on, just so you know, we'll do a sober island too for my sober people. Because you guys deserve an island too. I want to get 2 properties right off top with our money. And I want us to first start off with just having an island. I wish there was an island. I don't know if we get an island. I've never bought an island, but my first game plan with our channels, guys. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. Just fucking get it going. That's how we're gonna get this money first. But I want to get 2 properties so that we can fucking actually have vacation resorts first. Because we don't have any fucking money to travel unless we fucking use some stupid ass idiot who disrespects us to fucking penny pinch. And then it's just been a shitty fucking life with these fucking money hungry bitches surrounding us. And I just think of myself as the Robin Hood. So please help me rob these motherfuckers everywhere in the nation. We're gonna straight get this money. The fucking just do that because we're gonna get these properties. So step 1, we're gonna do a blend. We're going to do 2 things. I think these 2 things matter first. I think that you guys have some financial obligations that are stressing you out. And I want to pay those for you. We're going to have to put money in different sections based off of your guys' needs. And then we're going to have to start looking at different pieces of land. And we were going to build a fucking hotel and some fucking activities out there. That way you guys can get VIP passes and you can go there whenever you want. And we'll have somebody become our travel agent so that she can just let you know what days are available. And then that way you guys can take your families on these free fucking vacations. That'll be waterside. I'd like to get something near the ocean if we can, where we got jet skis and shit and fucking just honestly vacation resorts for 1. That's going to be the first step. 2 of those bad boys. And so, you know, I just love all sports. I love activities. And so, like, it'd be awesome, like, having our own ski, you know, it's hard to do. If I had my way, I'd be fucking doing Wonderland ski resorts, jet skis. I understand that's going to be such a big safety. I don't know how I'm going to do this with the insurance, but that's what I'd like to do but I think we could still make it simple. I have a few ideas as far as what I want to do with the land. I've always wanted to provide housing for free for you guys. And so I can't obviously continue to pay for things after I set everybody up, but everything that I do for everybody on your first round is going to be complimentary. And then we're going to offer you guys the opportunity to just learn. And I've uploaded it authentically as I've done it the whole time. I've been winging this as I've been making this with you guys the whole time. And some days I'm fucking drunk and some days fucking high and fucking some days I'm fucking whatever the fuck I am. You never know with me. And I'm okay with that. I learned when I came up here, I never really told my story. But when I came up here, it wasn't planned. And I tell you guys bits and pieces of my story all the time, and I just think it's such a cool story to come up here and be doing what I'm doing now. And I just see that how with tarot, it tells you in tarot that that's exactly what's going to happen if you're part of the 144. It says you're born into a family that you're very different from, and that you feel like the dynamic of it is very inappropriate, and that you are there actually to call them out on that behavior. And I had to call the police on them 9 times total for whether it was sexual abuse or physical abuse, and I was the only one in the family that actually turned that in to this day. Everybody else lied, said whatever they said about me, said I was a fucking crazy drug addict, whatever the fuck. I did all my services. I'm in compliance. The court system believed the fucking abuser. That's not my fucking problem. We'll deal with that in a minute too. And I'm actually really excited to deal with that. And I'm not going to deal with that yet because I'm smart. There's some barriers that you have to be smart. You have to know what's going to happen if you go fucking deal with shit. Well, what's going to happen is they're going to suffer consequences. So I have to be smart about that. Do you want your fucking people to go to prison? I don't. Fuck no. How would that be? I'm not out for revenge. I'm out for fucking respect. Don't fucking talk about me, bitch, ever again. Ever fucking again. You best fucking know your role. Because, like, literally, we could have handled it at any time. And actually, I'm going to handle somebody. I already got somebody on my inbox, too. And fucking just know that I do that. You're going to get handled if you fuck with me. I'm telling you, dude. If I tell you to stop fucking doing that, I promise you, I am like Macaulay Culkin. And I have the greatest idea for the last person that fucking... Dude, I was somebody to straight piss me off, dude, for the last time. I should have already been done with this person a long time ago. Starting with a month ago when they called the police on me and said I punched them in the face 1,000,000 times and I didn't. And then when I asked them if they did, they said, yeah, I did do that. Not that one, but this person I'm actually going to handle. I am seeking revenge upon this person, unfortunately. And it's going to be the funniest. And I look forward to it greatly. I can't speak much about it because this person stalks my shit. They are blocked, but, oh yeah, they tried to send me some they fucking found one way through from another phone. Got a weird message and stuff. They try to send me these TikTok videos that probably say, oh, this is great. For one, I never watch a bitch. Ever. I'm sorry. You think I'm the video maker. I don't watch videos. If you send me a text, I will read it. Sometimes I listen to your audios, but I get hundreds of messages every day. And so the only person I actually the only person I will honor truly will be if my kids call. I will always answer them. I don't answer phone calls otherwise. And my boyfriend, not love interests. We're not together. That's your interest in me, and I appreciate it. I love it, but I actually still live my fucking life. So I don't fucking answer phone calls, so don't waste your time. I don't like them, and I'm not answering them unless you're my boyfriend, and it's confirmed. I'm not doing it, so I don't like them. I don't care. When I'm on the phone with you, I can't really record myself, and I could be conceited or selfish, but either way, I do all the talking in this relationship, and that's that. So if you're even trying to be my boyfriend and you're like in the thing that when we get together, it's going to be like we're running on the beach like Baywatch and having the best time, only if you're traveling me to a different island so that I have no access to my stuff. If I'm in my house with you, yeah, right, I can't, I have super ADHD, I'll be doing anything. Look at this. It's ridiculous. Boyfriend to me is you fucking me really great, doggy style, hard. And then, you know, I've gotten used to actually being by myself. And I can do all of that stuff by myself. So actually this time it's going to be different. I haven't had a boyfriend in 4 years. So I have no emotional attachments to nobody. I'm actually chill as fuck. This time I want to do different. I actually care about my people the most. And so my boyfriend needs to be, I would hope, I have 2 options, I think. God's like telling me, Tara, I do feel like God tells me that I've done enough. I feel like he's saying that if I want to, because I think about buying a boathouse and I just want to let go in all the water. I've already been doing my job for 14 years and I love it. But to be honest, even after all these awards and everything and my college degrees, I make more money doing all my own businesses by myself. And I have hella awards. I get those companies to the top every fucking time. Every fucking time. I've got my licenses. I've had 4 businesses. But every time I do it, I actually make my money. Even in the first year of fucking just being at Airbnb, I made $140,000. And I was pooping that morning when I fucking pushed the button. But yeah, I get all these awards. I don't care. I love them so much. I love every day working with students. Tara Day. These are all awards. I have 2 degrees and I have my 4 business license, but I still make more. Actually, you know what's crazy? I've made that money, when I made that money with Airbnb, I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, I was saying at like a level 3 emotionally. I was very sad, very confused, and very I was going through the dark night of the soul, and I was having my spiritual awakening actually, and I didn't have my spiritual awakening until last year before. I started to realize what I was, and I just got really invested into taking my power back, and uh, even like my mom's helping me with a few things, and that's why I know that she gets upset when I say these things, but I would not like to keep repeating them. I need them to stop fucking disrespecting me. And even like last week, when I talked to her about fucking my daughter finding me down at their house, which I saw the messages they were all sending. They think that they're gonna talk shit about me. I can see what you're saying to my daughter because I'm actually a good mom. I just know that she's taking on very unhealthy. She's got some serious traits that are very concerning to me, and basically I'm sandwiched between the two of them. And so right now she thinks she's gonna fucking go. She's over at my sister's house, and I have not told her to come back because I'm actually fearful of the things that they're doing. They're spreading rumors about me. And she's like, she went and told a bunch of people some fucked up shit. Like she linked up with my ex and his girlfriend, and they spread some really fucked up rumors about me that like anybody, like if it's a child saying things about you, you will get in big trouble. And I don't even want to put myself at risk. You know what, girl? Like if you think you need to go do whatever you're gonna do, I already know how they act. And she has got such similar behaviors to my mom. She was like writing declarations of just like lies and just crazy shit. And her and this other evil bitch were like linking against me. She even went and told my other daughter and everybody actually. Even my brother came up and was like, I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying. You know, she was saying that you were throwing her around, and that you grabbed her even by her ear and pulled her all the way down to the ground. What the fuck? Halo's ear would have fucking ripped off. She's fucking. She's not. What the fuck ever? You know what I mean? And so I'm like, I could go to jail for things that she's saying just to go throw fits to be rude. So I actually just feel a little safer, honestly, with where she's at. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't care. I've already dealt with this whole thing so many times. So it's like, it's not that I don't care. I love her very much. But the behaviors that I'm seeing are so similar to what I just saw my mom and my sister do to me, because Halo literally, she out of nowhere when Zeke, like she calls me one day, she's like, oh my gosh, you know, Zeke and Brooke, they broke up. I gotta get out of school, she says, to go be their first Zeke. I said, you're not leaving school to just, I said, I'm sure that somebody can handle anybody. Can handle Brooke, anyone in the world can handle it. I didn't realize what I was dealing with. And everybody's like saying I'm crazy about it, but I know that I'm not. Because, you know, for one, it's obviously my sister did it to me, and so did my mom. And so it's not even that I would want this to happen. It's that this is what happened, and this is the sequence of it. And so maybe you guys think different or the same. That's the start one. I get the phone call, I don't think anything of it. And literally, dude, over the next few days, she's talking about gonna go over there. She's got to be there for Zeke. She's very adamant about being there for Zeke. And I actually know she loves Zeke. Me and Zeke broke up in 2016. So I've actually been letting Halo go over to Zeke's since he's pretty much been a dad to her the whole time still. Brooke's been a bitch though. Brooke has literally told her, you'll never be Zeke's biological child. You're not his blood. She tells her that. Halo has came home so many times crying. I'm not going to do this today, but I will eventually probably, because what we're going to learn here is, for one, personality types. I'm showing and telling you guys these things because it's right in front of your face. And this is a very dangerous situation if you would be an adult around a narcissistic child, that they're going to do the same things as a narcissistic parent would do. They'll take you out. And they have behaviors that are, they have certain characteristics that you can see if you're aware of them. And they also will you will, no matter what, get in trouble for these things. I've done it. I've done almost every crime that I've ever fucking had to deal with. That was from my fucking loved ones. And as an abused one, you keep them safe. You keep them secrets because you're smart, or they tell you to, whatever it is. And that's the only options. In the end, you end up outsmarting everybody and honestly seeing that everybody's fucked up in the way that they are, and you kind of reserve yourself. And I don't want that for you either. I would at least rather have those group of people find each other, us, and we know that we're safe together, and know that you have backup here, and that we get you. And like I know that some of you guys focus on your sobriety, and some of you guys don't want to see people being. You respect God in a respectful way. I've lived that life too. And then there's people that actually are more spirit. So there's my religious ones, and then there's spiritual ones. So we're gonna do two different places so that anybody who's big on. Obviously, we don't want the kids seeing anything disgusting, and we would not want any partying going on one island. It's gonna be more for your family settings that are really healthy. It would be PG, and they would not be drinking and no party. And then we'll have one for our purebloods that will be for fun. And on that island, I do want to say that the only things that will be allowed there are, well, we are not going to have any like white drugs or heroin or anything like that. No pills are allowed. I probably will say yes to hallucinogenics, and we'll say just your regular weed, and we'll have our drinking. So we're going to keep it to more of the fun ones. The one thing about the islands when we get them is we'll probably start with hotels. We'll just build a big one. That way everybody just has a room right top, and we'd get a booking agent. And then I would give you something called a VIP pass, and everybody will get 4 people that can go. I don't care who goes, and I don't want to micromanage, but something that will happen if you bring the wrong group of people, saying if you guys start to fight on the island, you can't come back. You will lose your pass. And the reason for this is because you need to now go to what we're going to also do after the islands are done. We're going to start doing nonprofit organization building. So I love the nonprofit. That's what I do. That's who's helped me change my life. And so nonprofits are agencies that offer resources for people that are in need. And those women have just been so kind to me. And they were so sweet, and they taught me everything that I teach you guys. And I'm just so grateful for them. And that's what saved my life. And today, I am a homeowner, and I graduated college twice, and I'm on my 4th business license, and I have actually completed all my services. And no, I don't have the people that push me to do all these things in my life, but that's because all of the people they told me to go see, because I was so fucked up, told me that they have been mistreating me very badly and that I needed to cut them out. And so when you can finally do that in a way where you just categorize, because you're an emperor, we don't leave people behind, but we do look out for the whole empire. And we do what's best for everybody. We don't. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Alright, that's a start. Nothing really weird about my coffee. I guess I just started drinking tequila, but I was really blending. No, so Emperor, Empress, you guys are Emperors and Empresses, you probably already. Some of you guys are the High Priestess, some of you guys are the Hierophant. Everybody is in a phase, and tarot offers you a better explanation. So we'll go through that. For one, what you do when you go through depression and when everything in your whole world falls apart, it feels horrible. But that's the first step of becoming a light worker. God comes in, and God is actually there to get you out of there. And that makes it feel better all from the get-go. It says that when a tower moment in your life occurs, everything goes. And so it's that moment in your life when things are just going bad, your car breaks down, you lose your place, find out your partner cheated, maybe your CPS is involved, your man goes to prison. It's just like one thing, and you're like, and you're sitting there, you're like, it's hands in the face, crying back up against the wall shit. That is my key motivation for being here. I never would want any of you to feel like that. And when they tell you the words, get better. For one, are they not the fucking abuser? And literally, dude, it's confusing to you because they're so manipulative with how they fuck you in the brain. And so you learn all that, and you do actually come out of it. Because that's what changing the dynamic of your family was. That's the whole purpose of you even being there. The vagina is a portal to get here. And that's what God has to send you through to fucking do this. There's only a few people in your whole family dynamic that probably ever fucking tried to change the system, but you already know. I know, for me, looking at it, 3 generations. 3 generations have been dealing now with sexual abuse, and I know that I'm the only one that turned it in. And you know what? You don't get I've learned that doing the right thing does not mean you get a result. I've learned that I have to do my part in the process. You're here to complete your part in the process. So you just complete your part, and so That's just saying that in your heart, you have a couple rules. Don't have a list of rules. Get rid of your lists of rules. God doesn't want you focusing on all that. He needs you to focus on three things. That's what my counselor actually told me. She said, "How many things do you think you do?" I said, "Oh, not that." I was like, She's like, "Yeah, let's do 3." God has given you 3 major things to focus on. All you need to do is just look at, like, literally, if God just came in and your life fell apart, I picture it in my mind, like God with a big fist. And a tower, it's basically like you're at the top of the tower, like Rapunzel. And I just picture God, honestly, punching that fucking tower down. And that's cool. Because I like the fact that God fucking is pissed. And when you're young and you're innocent and they do that shit, you don't know. Because they don't teach about that shit in life skills, man. I don't know what the fuck they fucking. Our older 50 group is fucking, in my opinion, fucking gonna get sued. We're gonna be suing the shit out of people here soon. Not for money, but because they didn't do their job properly. And that's my job. And you know why? You don't need to fear who the fuck chose to do the wrong thing, because you know what? I can tell you right now that I know of several people that wouldn't pass the background check to have even adopted people. Therefore, who does that leave responsible? All of them. The judge, the fucking guardian ad litems, the CPS workers. It's not our job to decide who. All we need to do is say, "Hey Google, what is the qualifications to legally adopt a child in Iowa?" Iowa. I don't even know Idaho and Iowa. You're done. It doesn't matter. You have to do state laws, and then the OSHA and the government create a law system by state, and then they also have a safety and a health. So you have to have safety, passage, and health. And like literally, dude, I can tell you so many of the people that were chosen, because you're like, I don't know how they chose that person. She's such an evil bitch. And it's like, yeah, well, that's because you manifest what you are. So instead of just thinking that everybody's against you, just know that anybody that is being a part of those people, you don't want to be a part of anyway. Dude, if they are so stupid that they don't see what the fuck that person does, which they'll go through here soon. They always do. My sister-in-law told me, "Oh, don't be rude. You shouldn't not see your mom. That's your mom." I said, and I was learning on how to speak nicely. I said, "You'll see one day, and you'll see." My sister-in-law is treated very terribly by my mom. And her mom died, actually. And she called for her help. And I know that she fucking has to feel like shit. And I know that my brother and all them, her mom called. She was sick. She wasn't feeling well. She asked for a ride. And because my family is very controlling, I have no doubt that he was probably rude about it and wanted to put himself first. And I know she probably her mom was so beautiful. My sister-in-law was so beautiful. She was so happy and bright, did her nails every day, and she just, her hair color was really pretty, and they stripped that from you. She doesn't, I don't know, I went down there, I thought it was sitting outside of their house. I guess they don't live there anymore. Sounds like they lost their place right after, I seen them in September when I let my brother borrow my car, and he fucking wrecked it in the road and stole all my shit from my house, at least like $4,000 loss. He took my guitar I got, my fucking pump, just mash shit, dude. And then he calls my mom and literally is freaking out because he wrecks my car. And tells her, "Hurry the fuck up. I got stolen shit, basically. Help me get the fuck out of the car." She does. Brings my daughters to the scene. And literally, dude, they're fucking freaking out about fucking this, how the fucking stupid it is. They don't tell me anything about it. I got a fucking $3,000 bill. My mom has a truck. She can go load up all the stolen shit and help my brother move it. But she literally leaves my car in the road to get towed. When I talked to the cops, they said it was halfway in the road, halfway in the ditch. So I called, and I found out from her too. I just called to see how they were doing, because I'm always nice. And literally, she's like, I said, "Well, I was calling." She's like, "What? Haven't you fucking heard?" And that's what she did last time we were with Halo. She said, I can see the messages. They're all messaging my daughter, talking about fucking me, calling me cringe, fucking talking about all this shit, horrible shit. always going against me, telling her to actually leave the house and do things that are completely inappropriate for anybody to encourage a child to do, not because it's against me, it's because it's for their best interest in their long run and their best interest in their well being. You're telling that child at a young age to disrespect somebody, whatever. That's toxic, but that's what they also do. They actually didn't do shit with their life, and so those women actually do. They absolutely, the men and the women, whoever it is, they do. I learned that with my baby daddy. I realized really quick. I said, oh my gosh, like he was actually not planning on like getting better, and he is trying to keep me in a place of like they will stop at nothing. Jeff just did that too. I saw him. There was a picture of me literally just the other day. That's where I left. I fucking blocked him, and I fucking literally told him "fuck you." Like literally, I've never even said that directly. I said "fuck you," like literally, dude. He was literally trying to get me fired from YouTube. He was zoomed in on a fucking joint that wasn't even lit. Not that I care. I'll fucking light a joint right now, bitch. And literally, fucking, he's like, I was just telling you. No, you're fucking acting like my fucking family, dude. Get the fuck away from me. You make me sick right now. He was like, well, you smoke weed, bitch, and you work for the union. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about getting yourself in trouble. Because I am not worried about it. Even if I did get in trouble, I would be accountable for that. I would not do that. If YouTube decided, whatever the fuck you want me to do, like, I would actually be accountable. You're being revengeful right now. That is sick shit, bitch. Like, you know what? No, we don't play that game. Like, we're not here to play revengeful. Like, no, I'm actually going to throw the fuck up, like, even thinking about it. And this morning, like, I just can't because it's not about any gain. And by even cutting him out of my life, like I said, I'm taking at least a $4,000 or $5,000 a month cut. Oh well, you know what? Honestly, I don't care. I don't care about money at all. I care about integrity. I care about people's character, your core character. And I think the best thing that we maybe need to do is get out of fucking like maybe off land. I think the energy from these disgusting people is fucking sick. We can get a houseboat. Is what I want to do. And I think that we could do two things. We can either get a houseboat with like probably what I don't know. In my mind I would at least want 10 rooms, and my house I can at least sell for 600. So I'm willing to put my money into a fucking boat. I don't fuck because when we're blogging, you just keep cashing out. The money's already flowing in for at least 3 channels here. I need I need somebody who's good with that does the whole marketing, if that's what it's called. I don't need you to promote necessarily my business. It's pretty. Yeah, I just need you to like on here. It shows you what you guys like to see. It shows me graphs, like everything. So basically, what your job would be is you would me. Who knows what I'm gonna do as the night comes to an end. So you would actually maybe be watching me from your side of the screen and be like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get a violation for that one, and so you're actually gonna make it to where I don't know this is happening, but maybe you turn the setting on to only me's watching me. You know what I mean? You have to know me. You have to know when we're gonna lose followers or we're gonna gain them based on my fucking personality changes. I have a lot of terrors, like it's just like, woo! Like even last night I got a violation because I was acting bad. So I'm in trouble here. I'm surprised I'm even living on Facebook. So I'm not supposed to upload anything naughty, and so you guys would be in charge of me. Like that would be the best way to do it because I don't like it when you tell me no. I get upset. So I think the best way for you to handle me would you just be you're just gonna have access to my accounts. I would give you my password to my studios, and we would need somebody who handles the money part of it because with Facebook offering $55,000 a month when I'm a good girl, and I'm getting paid from YouTube, we get paid from every channel, and so it's they show me on here. It'll say you made 39 cents from this. It'll say they watched it at peak times. This is the times of day they watch it. This is the age group. It tells you everything. You would be in charge of that. I like to see the graphs are cool, but I'm actually just the entertainer. I just want to do a show. I'd really like to have a reality show. I don't really care who wants to join in, but we would need like a production crew. I don't care about the money. I would like somebody that is like a financial advisor. I would want it to be fair for all people, and I don't care about the money part of it because I just don't care about money. I was around money hungry people. I care about building nonprofit organizations because God says that if we are blessed, He wants us to do something with it to help the world. So I like the idea of that. I feel like we will do the nonprofit organizations. We're gonna build at least 10 is the number that I want to go for first. But first, I want to do the Villain Islands. I want to have a family island where kids and your families can go. There's no drinking. It's just really appropriate. And then I want to basically do like a freaking wedding crashers shit where we have jet skis and honestly people can do it doggy style if they want on the fucking jet ski. I don't give a fuck. So it's gonna be fun. The first things first is we'll probably do a mixture of saving money for our bills. No matter what, we're gonna make sure you guys' bills are paid, and then we're gonna put money towards our fucking island funds. We can do a variety. It's not gonna be. It won't take too much to straight fucking because if we're smart guys, we have all the journeymans and everything in this group. We have stylists, we have everything. So the overall goal would be that we build a team where nobody pays for services of anything anymore. We want the best of the best. We have some government workers. I have 3 of those. I have somebody that works in the nuclear warfare. I have somebody that does. They do all the testings and all of the investigations, like for like anything. Like for example, it gives me the behind the scenes of what they think like. That's the purpose of it. And I also have one that looks into the trafficking. So those are some passions that we look into. The nonprofit organizations are going to go towards things in our countries, but that we're going to return to a world. I do believe that we'll have a new world order. It's nothing else we can do about it because we have too many leaders that are just out of control at this time. None of our leaders are fit. They're not qualified to run, I don't believe. I feel like they're ridiculous. And I feel like we have Putin who needs some help. He's sociopathic and he's hurting over like abuse that he struggles with from his mother. And that matters to me. That matters to me that he's hurting in his heart. It matters to me that people feel like they can't say that they're Russian and they're Ukrainian, and I don't think it matters. My 2 first best friends were Tanya and Oksana, and they did that too before all this. They were always making sure that they said they were one or the other. Well, I think you're all beautiful. I don't think it matters. I think you're a person. And I think somebody put a name on you and they made you feel different, and you're persons. God didn't call us white, black, or he said you're man and woman. So anyone who actually believes a word after man and woman is, and for one, man and a woman came from book 2. Like, you in your heart have your Holy Spirit. And that's where I actually can shake my ass on there. I like it. I like to do it. If anything, you could just think, I feel like Cardi B when I do it. I just love it. I have a good time doing it. You guys tell me you like it. And then it makes, the only reason I wouldn't have done it would have been maybe was like, does this fat roll look weird? Or, it's about self-security. That for me, I was like, I was always just like, it would have been like, what? The first time I ever realized that I was really beautiful in a way that you guys told me I was beautiful, it came from Zeke. And Zeke always was very insecure and he was very abusive and with his words when he drank. And he would always sit there and just put me down, and then he would realize that he felt bad about it the next day. And so I was just getting to this point with him where I actually was like hurting, and I just like I was acting different, like it actually was hurting, and he was like realizing that, and so he like cried out for like it was like a cry like for my attention that day. But I remember I had my back turned towards him and I walked away, and he said, "Do you even see what I'm working with? Do you even see what I'm working with right here?" And I remember laying on the couch one day and I was just laying there holding Halo. And he just would tell me all the time, "You're beautiful," when I was in my most normal setting. And I was like, "What?" And then Jacob Itroth actually told me that too. Once I came to school and I was just in these ugly fucking pants. My mom made me wear her flannel. And he walked up and he was like, "Same thing, you're beautiful." And I remember one time James said it too. He said, "I like this hair. This hair is my favorite. The one where you're just like yourself, you're not all dressed up and all this shit." So you guys are the ones that tell me. And that's what I think creates like a person. If a woman really cares about you, she will have to figure out what you like. I don't know why it is so hard for those type of women to know that system, being that they ask for so much. A woman, you got 2 types of women a lot of times. It's the woman that has the entitled attitude, and then the one that just has an attitude. Not either one has an attitude. Unless you do get one of the rare sweet ones. But I think that the difference is that the problem we had is that some people still may follow an old family structure. So sometimes lovers want to do something different. And that's something that you guys might be dealing with in relationships, is that you might be with somebody who is loyal, or you guys can pay the bills together. There's a lot of positives, but maybe boredom's creeping in. So I recommend for you guys that maybe try something outside of your regular dynamic. And you guys would have to actually break, you could be fixed signs where you don't change things. Some of you guys are cardinal signs, some of you guys are fixed. So the reason for learning this, the horoscope, I feel like those girls that you can't stand that say this stuff, they're not even real empaths. Those ones are the victim narcissists. You know what I mean? They're the ones that actually, we can't stand them for real reasons. They are not empaths. They're evil. An empath is somebody who can walk into the room and pick up on evil, not somebody that focuses on feeling sorry for themselves. You know what I mean? And we actually believe that. A masculine person don't go around saying they're an empath. We ever get sitting at the, no, we don't say that. And when I realized what an empath is somebody that you can like walk in and you start feeling real uncomfortable real quick. That's an empath, dude. It's that you pick up on other people's emotions. Not that you fucking pluck at them and fucking dissect them and fucking stab them. You know what I mean? Like those people are the fucking finger to the wound. And they're like, I'm an empath. You're like, no, you're not. Get the fuck out of here. Literally, dude. You're crazy. Anyways. So, how do you separate yourself from being angry at them because they're so empathic to you? Well, one thing they have an issue doing is literally trying to boss you around, and you're mad at them actually mostly because they didn't keep their word on their part of the deal. Probably those people say you do this or you didn't do this. They basically insult you and degrade you, put you down the whole time, and that's just their actual strategy. But you're somebody that didn't believe it the whole time. That's because you were working with your higher power, and I don't think you did put yourself and God first. Because I didn't. I was putting my man first. I was putting my mom first, and like those two, dude. Oh my gosh, they were both like ridiculous. And now see, it's worse for the dudes that have to deal with it with their moms. I didn't know that. You know what's crazy? If you are the brother and you like might have a like, okay, so the guy who has a very do the intrusive mother like son thing is, it may almost be concerning, okay? Because the females have the abuse from the mother, and so basically she'll try to break them up and she will sleep with your partner, but they're not sleeping together. But you'd actually be surprised, actually, from all the years that I've studied this stuff, many of them are together, actually. It's crazy. I just realized that probably like a year ago, and I was like, bro, I said, you know what, dude? I said, I'm going to tell you right now, I said, I'm almost wondering if, and they said, oh, yeah, it is happening. I already, yeah, for sure. They told me about that. They said that they'd already actually did. So you might feel out of nowhere like saying something to somebody. That person probably already knew. Might come off really casual. I've had that happen twice. A few years back, that's how I got Hazel. I was dropping off Edward's stuff at this place that he was living. And the lady called me in and said, I think there's some abuse going on to this dog. And so she told me she was concerned about, honestly, like bestiality. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? And actually, I had an issue with Hazel that I actually thought the same fucking thing. And I took her to the vet. And I got up to about a $400 or $500 bill, and I actually rode with the abuser to the vet. They paid for it. What the fuck? So I haven't dated since. That's weird. And I have the dog. I got a couple broken ribs, and I went to jail. But I beat her. But she tried to attack me. She said I was ugly. I'm not ugly. I thought she was talking to somebody else. And she punched me down. And I told you, Jesus works for me, and I work for him. He jumped into my body. There I am underneath a barbarian woman, and I was holding Mr. Fireball, and I was like, and she was like, and then she got off of me, and Edward was there, and Jim was there, and they were like, what the hell have you done? What have I done? A barbarian woman is just on top of me. She just ruined my sparkly dress. And they're like, get out of here now. Okay. So I jumped in my fucking ugly car, and I went to the store, and I was like, smoking Jay, and then the cops say, Tara, let's go. We know you're here. We felt the hood of your car, and it was warm. I said, oh my God. They said, do you know anything about tonight? I said, And they took me in. And they said, all right, go ahead and just pee in that there cup. I said, I'm peeing in the cup. They said, pee in the cup. I said, I'm not peeing in the cup. She was like, we need to make sure you're not pregnant. I said, I'm not pregnant. She was like, if you don't pee in the cup, I won't be able to give you any medication. Good thing I don't take pills. I said, then they put me in the cell. I guess you can't, like, I was like, obviously, you know, I know what happened. I'll go to the doctor. And I did. I had 2 broken ribs and shit. I had rib number 1 broke, and number 3, I'm lucky to be alive. But she called the cops, and they showed me a picture beforehand, and it's funny if they try to get you and you just, I don't know. It's not like I do this every day. And you Jackie Chan. I'm like, oh. Anyways, the lawyer's really fun to work with. I said, yes, I went out there. I said, she's like, I already know, but the law is like, basically, if you leave, like only when the cops say, do you have any injuries? You have to say at least something, because that's the only time you can actually say anything. Because even though I went to the hospital right after I got released and did an x-ray, and it was like literally, but they can't prove, honestly, that happened, then it's now done. There's nothing to say. And another tip and trick is, if you ever have a situation with an animal where you do hear of abuse, honestly, it's a problem. There is a key word. You say, that is my dog and they took it. If you say my dog, donezo, bad bitch, unless they have proof that it's not, they're going to get that dog for you. If you say our dog, done. You can't get the dog. So you need to look up key words. Everything's done by a policy and a procedure. I did report Edward. I mean, it was weird for me. I sat there too, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so weird. It's going to be like, and why is it weird though? Because, and that's where you got to really break it down. Is it weird? No, this is completely crazy and inappropriate that would even be 2 people now saying it. And literally, the only thing that was weird was that I would have to admit that I dated somebody. So you know what, fine. I'm going to admit it, and I'm going to still do the right thing. And when you do that, you just move on. The reason why people hang on to shit is because they were embarrassed probably, or they were scared to say the truth because somebody told them that it should be like this or it should be like that. God tells you what you should do. And those things that are in your heart that hold you back, that weigh you down, that's what you still need to return to and do right. That's it. God didn't make you to, like, I don't turn people that are, the only person that I wouldn't turn you in, even if, I don't know how I would handle it. I've worked around many addicts. Obviously, my dad did the whole underground tunnel thing, and it was the whole 9 yards. You know, when my dad was ready to do whatever he was doing, this is how that would go. Okay, guys, who's coming with me? Come on. Like, somebody went, period. You had to go. Like I told you, my job was to dry jars, and I drew pictures of flowers, and it sucked because it was freezing. Wherever you would go, there was this one place that was like out. It was like an old refrigerator graveyard. It was all appliances out. It was always out in the middle of a field, freezing. It was always obviously dark. So you can't have the smell or smoke. I don't know what the fuck we're watching for here. I'd bring my little doodle book, and I would draw flowers while he was always in a good mood. He was a psychopath, and he was a Virgo. I love my dad, actually. He always said everything in a fun way. I remember literally skipping around the cartel, and like now I look back and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Dude, and I told my dad that too. When I like realized what I was like, Dad, you literally had us cooking with you. He's like, what? Wait, I had you cooking with me? Mm-mm. My dad, like, literally will take anything to the grave. So, I even will ask him, like, Dad, I told him, dude, I said, Dad, somebody's hacking my phone. Like, literally, he's like, what? No, you're freaking out. It was him the whole time, right in front of my freaking face. Literally, and then that motherfucker, I said, Dad, look. I said, look, it's happening right now. He's like, oh, gosh, Sarah, you're... I said, Dad, I'm not kidding, okay, whether you want to laugh about it or not, like, I'm telling you, tomorrow I'm going to go down to Verizon and get a new phone. He's like, yo. Literally, I said, because I can't. I said, Dad, I don't know what, whoever's, like, they're in my, like, what? Yeah, you should, like, and then, I don't know, my dad actually freaked out because I think I don't know what he was thinking, and to make sure, like, he should not have been in my phone, but I already told you, like, they're kind of weird, and, literally, dude, the next day, I went down and got the new phone, like I told him, And he literally calls Verizon freaking out and says he's gotten frauded and that some guy named Hassan has frauded him. Well, that's what he tried to tell me. Hassan has frauded him. Hassan, huh? My student, the only Hassan in the world. Dad, that's the name you came up with? I can't with him. Anyways, just do the right thing, whatever you feel like. I know that some of you guys are really big on theft. It's something that really matters to you, something that bothers you. And so the cool thing about going through everything that I went through is that I get to actually, I was against it too. Everything, it's crazy. And I just lived such a fucked up great life. And before I was even involved in this shit, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing dealing with my dad. He said it in such a nice way. Come on, kids, let's go for a drive. Okay, so a drive with my dad in my youth was binoculars, and there was old plastic bottles filled with gravel. And we were using the binoculars to look for the white tanks. And we were all in all the back fields, and it was anhydrous tanks. And our job was to throw the bottles out of the window, and literally later on, somebody else would come back and locate them, and that's how they would do. So I look back now and I see how it's not, say what you mean, but don't say me. Like him having a positive attitude. Like there was a house I was gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys all the shit. And I look back and like I did not feel my dad. We would ride bikes. We were camping. I realize now what he was doing in the outhouses. I don't know, but my mom, she did not handle it so well. Which you would be angry, but she went around talking about it in a way like she was angry about it. She's told a very different story, and honestly, her pieces didn't match. For example, she tries to say my dad's been doing this since he was 16, cooking. No, don't buy it, because if you are somebody who's smart, you're going to get really good you're going to look into the eyes to see everything about the soul. You no longer need people to speak. The only time that they're speaking is just to confirm a yes or no question, pretty much. You don't really need to know. I mean, I can't even come up with, off the top of my head, a reason why it needs to go past that anymore. Because I can barely even stand the person I'm talking. I get so fucking pissed when I deal with somebody who fucking pisses me off. Like, you're only there for a yes or no. You're gonna start to learn just different things about people just through your visual knowledge, and just start to categorize people based off of their behaviors. You're an emperor and an empress now. We don't leave people behind, period. But you do have to look out for the whole empire. And basically, there's peasants, and there's fucking royalty. And you don't have to follow a set of structured rules to be royalty. And royalty, actually, they fuck their brothers and sisters so that the bloodline can stay pure. That's why Cleopatra had to kill her brother. So she was changing the dynamic. Yay, Cleopatra. And there is many things that, I just wanted to point out, like 1983 was the year that they decided to stop doing child pornography. So that they didn't care about raping children until 83. So that says a lot about everybody who's in charge right now. It says that I work with the policy and procedures. That's what I do. And when a policy and a procedure comes into your office, what will happen is you see that little thing bulleted up, said, read this, make sure you guys read this. This is a rule, it's changing. That's because people have actually reported it to the Better Business Bureaus, and it's now a pattern of a problem, and it's serious. How do they look at Occupational Safety Health Administration, and they do each state by state law. So safety and health has to be followed. And so if somebody does not feel safe or healthy, and they've actually reported these crimes, and they're seeing trauma affected, they didn't have any mental health. They didn't care about you guys. They did not care about anyone. They absolutely used people, and we're okay with doing that. This is a problem. The New World Order and the Great Divide just says that we are the youth of these unfit leaders, and they need help. And so what we're going to do to make this simple is we are just going to simply look at their policies and procedures and make sure they're following them. And that's an easy peasy thing to do. We don't have to fight a big battle. What they were expected to do was be safe and healthy for us too. And so, for example, let's just say that somebody is very abusive and cruel. and that they made a wrong decision. So how do you look into that? Well, for one, you can download your own apps. Download Truthfinder. Download your own background check apps. So you will protect yourself now from your own shit. Nobody can scare you anymore. If they want to tell on you, tell on yourself. That's why I tell you everything here. I make it public now. Fuck you, bitch. I actually just like to entertain in general. I've always just liked to sing and be on stage, and no matter what I do, I just like it. So it's a natural thing. Like I said, you guys are the ones that asked me to do the freaky deaky, but I'm actually a faithful woman, and I go to church, and I'm a teacher, and I got kicked out of the family, and I like it. So I'm like, fuck. Oh well. I did tell my family 2 years ago, but to be honest, I was asked 5 years ago to start doing some freaky shit. So I think, how are you gonna do this? I feel like I'm like, hey, look what she made me do, or like Dangerous Woman. When the Ariana Grande and them like have to decide that they're gonna be a bad girl, they have to go from Disney. But I feel like it's been great. You guys are a wonderful group of people, and I feel like I'm able to supply every one of my fans with a variety of content that is like it's always what I want to do. I never be fake. I just be goofy and I just be myself. And it doesn't matter. Like, of course, I wake up, then there's days like I'm a little sad that I got in trouble last night and I shouldn't be in here. I do like to get in trouble, but I do like to be bad. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, do we really want to get better? No, we just would like them to stop telling us what to do. So maybe we'll build a website. Get sued every day of our lives. But it is what it is. No matter what, you guys matter to me the most. I have a lot of great plans with you guys, and I know that a lot of leaders don't care about you because even my last boss gave me a 25-cent raise, and then he sat back in his chair, stared into my eyes, just like my dad used to do to all his fiending. Larry, they'd say, those underground tunnels, they were built with his 2 fucking 5-gallon buckets. They were working like slaves. They started, obviously, they dig it. They were very sophisticated. Go down, over, hall room, hallway room. Very beautiful walls. My dad would get the wooden walls in there. The tools were even hanging on little fucking things. You pull a little wire, pallet come out over here, everywhere. My brother even told me, dude, I swear Jesus is inside of me. When my dad passed, there were 2 labs, I believe, with tunnels on the property that he was at, and actually I turned it in because the landlord literally screwed him on the property. I'm pretty sure he offed him, I'm not kidding. But my dad was stupid for hanging out with him. They've already snitched each other off a million times. So these 2 people are literally the town chefs. I knew when I was a child, they have a really weird relationship. We have always known that Bud, Larry, and fucking Bill are the chefs. And so the town's only 1,200 people. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, dude. Larry and Bud are gonzo, and we have 1 left. But either way, you know what? They would do this weird rotation thing where, I don't know, the whole town, in the old days, you remember they would get the report and everybody knew if you were snitching, it would be a big deal. So, I don't even know if, like, I don't know rules. You know what I mean? And so they would not mess around in my town. One time, because I always knew the cops from being young and being a good person. We would sell them freaking chocolate bars, from our school. The chief of police lived right on the next street over. One time I went over his house to jump rope for heart, and literally I seen a bunch of pornos in his back door. That was my first time I seen porno, and I was like, what the fuck? We're like 9. Like, so we grew up with them. It was nothing to us. Even though it's just so crazy. I don't even know how it's like, I don't even know. I remember one time walking in the camper, here's my dad with this whole freaking huge plate, chopping it up, We're just like telling, like, Dad, we're going to go over here. Dad, we're going to do there. Or we're like, Dad, when are you going to be out of the bathroom? And we just like really honestly didn't know. We really thought he was pooping. He always farted so loud. I thought it was okay to fart on people too because of him. So I was farting on Edward like every day. Like till 2019, I was farting on boyfriends. So you guys were lucky. And you guys are so nice to us. He would literally be like, fake farts are so funny. Anyways, he did not. He was like, can you please not do that? Sorry, Edward, I love you. Oh man, that's probably why he's all fucked up shit. I'm like, he's like, can you please not do that? I don't even know who told me. Like, I don't even know at what point. I don't know. Like, it literally was like not too long ago. And now I see actually how much you don't want that to happen. And it's such a big deal to do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, actually, that we're all like, no. And that's why I'm like, they're like, you should be really sorry for what you've done. And I'm over here laughing my balls off. So am I sorry? No. That is still fucking just funny as I thought it was. But I definitely am. I do apologize for doing it to a man, or I would have only. I guess I would have probably focused on a select few types. I'm not gonna stop doing it realistically. So I'm even sorry now. Like you get me like I'm so sorry. You're like I am sorry. I guess I don't even know what to say. Why is my fucking? I don't even know what's happening here. Like I think I'm dying. Anyway, so what we need to do is we actually do need to get you guys locked in. I'm not putting anybody from my family on my will. So right now, everything will go to the government, if anything happens to me. So there's slots in these things where I get to add you in, and it's going to be the ultimate pyramid chain of income. So that's where it's really important that we have a marketer on here organizing this, because everybody can benefit. And then you go below the chain, you make your own, so on, so on, so on. Like I said, Facebook alone, it says, like, if I can act right, I get paid $55,000 a month. What the fuck even is that number? I don't even know what the fuck you say. So what's that? Does that even equal $1 million in 2 months? And I swear, you'll see it for yourself. And so that's what I need you to focus on. I don't care about money. We have bills to pay. We need to fucking make this money. I am like fucking ADHD and a half. I'm like, woo! I'm like, get the fucking music, white boy. And you're like, fucking, that's where you need to be on your setting part. And just say, you're going to be over here changing the setting down to only me. And then when I go to bed, finally, you're going to fucking delete that shit. And I'm going to wake up and I'm better because I don't have a fucking warning for twerking and showing a dildo. You know what I mean? Or something like that. So it's like literally like, that's the point. We all have bills to pay. I can pay them. And then we focus on how we're going to do everybody a good one. We'll get everybody up to par because the money is shit. Then we can employ them. We're going to build nonprofit organizations. And a nonprofit is great because you can actually help people. And what those women do is they actually teach you, like what I do right now. They teach you in an act of a kind way. They don't make you feel stupid. And they're not abusive. And it's like, you know what, guys? All you ever needed was a positive leader who believes in you, that's not money hungry. And that's where I found in Martin. He believed in me. He kept saying after I graduated college, Tara, come back. I want you to work for me. I said, what? Nobody had ever been nice to me before. I said, I like you're witty. He said, you look like Susan Sarandon. He said, I really like just everything about like how my style was of cheating. He said he liked my personality. And I ended up becoming the manager of the school. So that's cool. He never asked me anything in judgment. He was so he focused on what he was teaching me. And he was so kind to me. Zeke, when I finally did decide, at first I told him, I went out in the field and did hair for a few years. He kept coming to my fucking store every year. I really want you to come work for me. My other instructors are just not gonna. And I said, get out of here, you're gonna get fired. And he would come back periodically and he kept saying it. He didn't care who was there, my boss was there, anybody. He just keeps saying that. One morning, Steve was drunk again like usual. And threw coffee on me. And I said, fuck this shit, man. And I went back to college again. And I went to do the teaching thing. And I ended up, getting work with Mark for 6 years. It was amazing. He treated me so well. And I got to go on 39 free trips already around the world from becoming a corporate leader through that fucking suggestion. I've never paid for an airplane ride. And it's from finding bosses that believe in you. They've changed my life. And I did end up finding Martin dead, which I do believe he was murdered. And I'm honored for that. I think that in the end, I think it was a setup for me to find him because they knew that I was the manager of the school. And right before that, actually, I think he was fearful. He told me, Tara, I need you to come over here. And I was like working with a student. He's like, Tara, if anything ever happens to me, you're the only one that I want in charge of my paperwork. And he had me sign what I think was, I don't know exactly what it was, but I wasn't paying attention. I was working on the floor. He died shortly after. And I, I'm honored. I think they set me up to go see him because they thought it was going to destroy me, and it sure did. It made me sick real bad. But today now I focus on suicide prevention and also homicide. And something that I could tell you right from the get go, they did wrong in that one, and every one of them did not follow. Nobody followed. Okay, so because I love law so much too, I'm just enjoying this whole thing. What we will find in our group is justice. We're gonna look into it, and because I worked with policy and procedure, I actually know when they're fucking breaking it. I've actually now worked with the American Diabetes Association, WorkSource. I've worked with DSHS. I've worked with the colleges. I work with the financial aid departments. I have been managers of the college. I work with all large corporations and help their businesses improve. And I have so many awards, so many awards. And you know what's funny? I'm surrounded by fucking narcissistic little fucks that actually sit there and mock me. And my sister, she would like the other, like literally less than a year ago, literally interrupts me, and she's so fucking crazy rude. This is actually some breaking points for me with her. This is one thing you don't do with me. She literally starts laughing. She said, "Ha, ha, Tara, you will never be an inspirational speaker." What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? I'm literally doing it right now as we speak. Whether fucking you stalk my channel to watch my shit. So I'm obviously speaking, and even if I inspire one person, let alone the fact that I have a fucking degree in it, you stupid bitch. I'm literally a peer coach, but I actually am licensed to teach at colleges. I focus on the human body and the brain. So with that class, I actually learned psychology. They think that because I wouldn't want to be in an office doing mental health counseling. I could. I don't want to be triggered every fucking day about, honestly, your guys' disorder. That's the truth. I don't want to think about you. I don't want to listen to people like you. I love you all, but I fucking would rather refer you to somebody else and fucking help people build dreams, bitch. So fucking watch your mouth. I did start studying law, and I really should have. I don't regret anything that I didn't end up doing. I chose to change directions because of the point that I don't want to be triggered. And I've actually had a very successful career. If I wasn't, I focus on beauty, which I was not planning to touch anybody. I was an evil bitch. I thought I was the most beautiful girl in the whole world until I was like, and Tyra, you're on my friends list. She's one of my students, but I loved her. Tyra's the first person that I ever thought was more beautiful than me. And she is a simple and beautiful and wonderful girl. I love her so much. So shout out to Tyra. She actually was best friends with a girl named Allison, who was evil. And I watched that as their teacher. Tyra actually grew up out, I don't know, maybe Montana or something like that. But she has this log cabin and she wears camouflage coats. But she's the only girl I know who does lashes and extensions on herself and will still jump in the fucking lake and act normal. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a dude hook up with a pretty girl who now doesn't do anything fun, apparently. There's no nature involved in. No. That's not cute, bitch. They made a mistake. You made a mistake with her. You now spend all that money on her services and shit, and she doesn't want to. No. Why? Because you're insecure? Literally. That's what it is. You don't want to fucking, even if it's down to your extensions. So why are you fucking getting shit that's going to prevent you? So you're making it a priority over that side, and you're like not saying it's one matters more than the other. What you're doing is saying, these are my priorities. I like to fish. I like to hunt. I like to eat good food. So I like the house to look a certain way. You're like, I'm not so big on holidays, so I'm pretty open-minded of not going at all. You have your priorities, right? So that's what you're looking at. Fuck the look, dude. You know what I've seen? Every one of my friends that actually got married, Tyra's married, and says every one of them, they don't care about, it's the dude, they just look so happy, and it's not about looks. So that's something we're gonna have to get over, because even I struggle with that. People have good hearts and bad faces. Okay, so we need to, more likely your soulmate is gonna be, for those of you who are picking with looks around too, Like I have a big thing about men that are shorter than me. So if somebody can watch it to me, like I'm freaking midget or something. And we know that I don't choose well. So I think that what I should do, I think we should all play 50 first dates on. What if we just, what if we do tabs? Because I have that other thing on my Facebook. And there's another channel. We could put it under Limitless Empress Unlimited, actually. You can make more channels on Facebook, like it's an additional, like, account thing. I don't even know. But we could start doing one where we do dates and we don't get to choose. What if we literally just stop fucking saying anything and everybody who's single goes and it's like a brrr, and like it'll just be like, this person, I want to do that when I get money. That's gonna be so fun. We're gonna do like a game show thingy. And I want to like straight have it just like, we're gonna like bingo it. It's gonna be so fun. And you guys have to go on a blind date to wherever we send you. And it could be anything. It'll be like this person, and then the location. And it just like, and then I think it'll be really fun to play like survivor games where you have to go with 3. Well, like look into it because we don't want to just. We could choose at random if you want, but I'd rather be a little bit more better off because with the mental health involved with what I study, it really matters to make sure that another traumatic experiences occur unless planned. But we would look at. That's how I organize all my guests really well, my Airbnb, and all my students very well. I'm not looking at what I want. I've made that mistake before. I used to not work well with the team. But when I went to Vegas, I saw just an amazing thing happen. So many amazing things happened when I went to Vegas with Martin. He treated me very well. He was the foundation of my business people. And he respected me. He never once hit on me. I can't tell you how many times I go on a trip and my bosses literally say something disgusting and try to fuck me. I'm a freak bitch, and I will fuck you if I want to. But when you say stuff like directly like that, I don't like it. I feel like that devalues me in your eyes because that's not what a real man would want. No real man wants his woman to say something like that. He would be concerned, actually. And that's another reason where I don't have anybody on my OF but myself because there is no man in the world. Dude, they're going to fuck me up. They're going to make me stop it. And no matter what, God already tells me, do it again, whatever thing you're gonna do, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, this is what will happen. I'm super single, and I have been single for 4 years, and so it's time to date. So that'll be fun. And then I have 2 ideas. We can either be like a power couple where we get all these great dreams in order, or we escape for a year and just like I think it's time that sometimes we just like leave, and maybe we think about we can still make money off the channel. We don't have to save the world. Maybe we've already done enough. Maybe we could save the world. I don't care. I'm open-minded. But basically, what it's leaving me to do, I'm definitely not making any money at these salons. It's a joke. And what I am definitely having happen is carpal tunnel and arthritis for working for fucking cheap-ass bitches. And when I asked them for, like, anybody to get a raise, because that's what I do, I told even them a couple years ago, I said, dude, honestly, I literally sent forward to them these messages where people were in need of money for even food. And they were so cruel about it, in my opinion, so dirty. They said, yeah, honestly, I said, I think you should give at least, like, I recommend as the leader of who you're asking, because they call me. I didn't even want to do the last managing position, not because I don't love to do it. But sometimes I want to be a fucking career too in my own business, especially when I have my own businesses. My kids play sports, and I have my own business. I was doing my Airbnb, and I specifically will tell them that. Well, I'm going to need the schedule. Do they ever honor the schedule? If I know, you'll see your fucking name go down on fucking Saturday because Erica calls out at every job, and everybody knows it. And no, I'm not doing that. That's why I left Oasis. I changed all my fucking hours back to the way the fucking I told them I would have it. And then she tried to call me into the office. Dara, come now. In my head, the villain Tara said, we're quitting. I said, we are? Yo. I said, okay, yeah, I'll be right there. Clean up first. And then she's like, let's go smoke cigarettes. I said, okay. So we go out the back door. I'm literally sitting over there like fucking some kind of Grease movie. Fuck, I swear the villain Tara is like, I just don't even argue with her anymore. I kind of like her too. But I have to tell her we should probably go back inside. You know, somewhere. I'm like serious in slow motion for me. You're like just sitting there relaxing, enjoying the day. And then I go back in and I just walk over to the station and there's this roll about things and I already know we're gonna be talking about something that I'm gonna get lippy about. I don't do well because if I did it, bitch, I didn't do it on accident. So anything she's gonna talk about me about, I'm guilty. I'm over this big thing that if you're gonna fire me, I'm sure I know why. So just text me the day before and say, could you please just take your stuff? You're gonna be fired the next day. And I'll be like, no problem. I don't want you to call me into the office. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm accountable. I don't care. Even if you didn't like me and I was innocent, I definitely still want to go. So just hit me with that shit. Give me a text, say, we can have a code word. Stinky lip gloss. I'll know what you mean. That way nobody even can use it against you. And then I never have to come in and pack my shit in front of the crew that all knows, and we can all just, you know what? Keep it. You guys like those clippers? I don't want to do that. You guys like to embarrass people or something? No, I don't want to speak to you. There's no point in talking. Just shoot me an email. I don't like the last time I worked for her, she actually saw one of my she saw that station I have my makeup in and actually told me to disable it. She's funny. I do like her a lot. I'm actually gonna bless her with something special because I should have never disrespected her. I just knew that I would in the office. I try to avoid people that I'm gonna disrespect. So if I've ever left you in the dust, trust me, baby. Dude, I was gonna get lippy with you. Dude, do you think I wear my fanny pack for no reason? I wear my fanny pack because I actually don't stay anywhere. I literally just left Seattle. I tried to leave Florida even when I got there. Got pissed. I said, I'm fucking, take me over now. I was like, I'm leaving now. Because he was like he was like sitting there. I was like, I hate it when I'm talking about something and they're like trying to like stick their dick out and you're like, yeah, so anyways, I love my girl so much. And then she's like, it's her birthday tomorrow. So and they're like, and you're like, bro, are you freaking dumb? You know, one of the worst moves dudes can do is that when you get caught looking at a woman, and I get it, baby, but actually, I've researched you. It's driving me fucking crazy, but I've learned a lot of shit about you guys. You're awesome. Girls don't like you guys very much on it. But we're wrong about you. You guys are amazing. And so that's the goal. We're going to teach women how to be more like me if they want to be. We have a 9.2%. We have 9.2% of the channel is women. So it's small, but hey, it's better than 5%. So you can know that you have a 9.2% chance if you're somebody who likes a girl like me. Hey, that's more than one. And everybody on my channel is solid because if you're not, I will block you or I'll talk shit about you and leave you there. And I'll actually blast your name and I will say what you did. So I can't help it. So don't fucking do something. Because like yesterday, I got blocked because I don't care. This dude literally texts me and says, so pretty girl, let's hook up, man. And this was the second time. And I don't do hookups, man. And then he said, fucking, I said, yeah, I'll send you a link. First, what's going to happen is I'm going to send you a link to my fucking OF. And it's not for your money, you dumb shit bitch. It's because you fucking seem like you like sex. You're the one who's like to hook up. Maybe it's to fucking categorize your bitch asses, you dumb shit. I don't know what to tell you. You think I just want fucking, no, actually, I don't need I'm fine with sending you a video, actually, believe it or not. I bless you guys all the time, bitch. I love sending free videos. It's fun for me, and you guys do things for me that I can't do for myself. Maybe if you could repair something, maybe if you know how to do anything, I can do that. I like to provide, and you guys seem like you're horn dogs, to be honest. So it's really not about what I said. I would do is say, you guys keep attacking me for what you want me to do. And then you so it's like, that's just easier for me. It's only $5 a month because that's the minimum you can choose. I'm not doing free. The fuck, dude. And everybody says you could do more, but I can. But if I do that, then I would have to change all my other previous subscribers' prices, and I'm not into that. Even somebody, I'm just really big on honoring my people. So I'm not really worried about necessarily increasing people's prices. We can share the code and get more subscribers. There's enough people in the world that we don't need to up the price. And it is so low. I don't want to add anybody to it just in case you were wondering. Right? Unless I have one idea, and the reason I don't want to add anybody to it is because I actually have never been married, and I'm like manifesting a husband. I don't need to worry about not getting a husband just because I am freaking icky. He'll get all that. Obviously, I know that we have two options there. He's either gonna. The goal with my husband is I don't ever want to say no. I don't want to be told no, and I'm not asking him to do anything for me. Obviously, take care of myself, but if you can't afford what, I just want to be able to say yes. It's more for peace of mind. I'm pretty scared to see that I do. I don't really do anything much, but I don't like it when you say no. I just want to know. I want to travel. And I want to go on airplanes, and I want to travel and go to places we haven't been. That's what I want to do and eat good food. And we can either make the money through my social media or you have it. So that's it. I'm not settling. It's not anything against you. So I don't want to settle. I want to travel and it takes money. So those are our options. I'm not saying you have to be a certain way at all. I don't have any preference. I don't care. I like everybody. So yeah, but that's the two things. They're very different. Either we run away together or sail away on a houseboat for a minute. Because I think we should get away from. I think I want to be in the water. I know that we can do it. Everything. We can even get the fishing vessels and toys and fucking bring them on board. If not, that's another thing. I'm thinking about applying for the boats again and just leaving. I mean, I don't, I'm not into like dating and partying and all that sort of fun. I've been doing everything I do because that's where I feel safest. I don't feel safe around people. I think they're dirty, I want their energy on. I just sure are fucking nasty bitches. So that's where I'm like, fucking, I'm available. I don't have any restrictions. I'm down to whatever. The kid, the family, I'm actually releasing. So yeah, that's what you guys should do too. That's just what I think, like, what brings me joy, what makes me happy, and you know what inspired me to fucking be myself is like, there was this show, it was like Cardi B just fucking was pretty much coming out, and there was these three bitches, they're all dressed up, fucking fancy, I don't even like those bitches. I've been offered fucking millionaire fucking relationships. I stood at this one fucking house, and it was beautiful. Fucking the room had a hallway to the fucking bathroom with a chandelier. The hallway was longer than that. I don't even know. There was a fucking alligators out in a man-made lake outside. There's a pool, the fucking TV in the pool room, there was a whole kitchen. It was huge too. The kitchen outside was everything. That coffee table was $28,000. And then I was so irritated because they were trying to fuck me on the first night that I fucking felt just like irritated. So I actually fell asleep drunk in the pool room. I love alligators. And then the next day was kind of the same thing. It just felt like awkward. And I'm not gonna lie, I did fucking finally on the third day, and I was straight. I know I gave it to him good too. I remember that shit out in the pool room. He's the one that got me on tequila. That's probably why that's somebody I didn't think. I was like looking around and it's like, I like started to see the neighbors. And I was like, can they see in here? He's like, no, they can't. I said, are you sure? And like in the morning, I'm like, wake up. There's fucking gardeners outside. Pulling the base. There's a fucking pool dude. Fucking cleaner comes on Wednesday. Don't work. It was a lie. He's like, all right. In the morning, he's like, I didn't mind, but I was like, this is like, he was like, I wake up, shit. He's Italian, so he's like, 10 miles every day. 10 miles every day. I said, who ain't what? He's like, on the bike. Okay, well, actually, like, I read anything after that. He was like trying to fucking outdo me. I actually stayed with him the whole time. He even took me over a jump. I didn't know what was happening. That's kind of reflect up. I got it back. I made it. And the next day, 10 miles, same thing. So I've never in my life done 20 miles on a bike in 24 hours. Okay. I'm an outlier. Down. Oh my gosh. Luckily, it's like, you're acting a little on edge. You need to have a break. What's your thing? A dab would be great. We don't dab. We don't smoke. We don't smoke cigarettes. We don't smoke vapes. We don't dab. We only go to millionaire parties where people sit at literal tables. This is the focal point of the entire night. I can't even believe her. Do you see her? She's literally on her fourth baked potato. That girl was the only one having fun. She was about to fuck that dude. I said, she was about to fuck that guy. He's like, because her husband over here. And I tell him exactly. He was like, you were exactly right about that. I said, yeah, that's what I thought. And this guy said, oh, I definitely don't think that. And the other guy's like, you were exactly right about that. It's like a whole ridiculous thing. You should have seen this day. Well, come on out here. Check this out. Look at this beauty. It looks pretty good. I like quads. I'm fucking ready to ride this shit. He said, yep. Only goes 15 miles an hour, safety purposes. You just spent what? 20 G's? on a 15-mile. What, you could have gone both. It's not that I care. It's your money. It's just this. I know how I'm gonna be. I don't know if I get away. You're coming on with a 15-mile-an-hour quad. I feel like Tinkerbell. Anyways, it's just no way. I'm not asking you to change. I'm just looking at what I'm working with here. I know I was staring at this one there. So anyways, I sleep on this couch. He freaking wakes up in the morning. I said, yeah, I just slept on the couch out here because I was getting on. And he was like, oh my God, you didn't sleep on the white couch, did you? They're all white. I guess they call them different, like, it'll be like country white, like fucking American white. You know, I don't fucking know what we're working with, so I guess they're calling all their whites. They're different colors. I said, no. He said, oh, thank goodness. I don't even know. When I even tell him, I said, you know what, I'm done here. I'm going home. I don't think it's going to work for me. I said, let's go. I said, fine. Fly you out tomorrow. I said, great. I said, so I actually would like to stay at a hotel. I literally can't stay anywhere. And he was like, oh, you can't even probably afford a hotel. You're like, well, I'm glad that you can. And I'm so blessed to have you as my boss today. And I think that I'm going to pass. But anyways, Martin, actually, you know what? He was the foundation of people that took me on trips. And he treated me like very well. He got separate rooms. And he was just respectful in every way. It was a glorious trip. It was amazing. The ticket alone cost him $4,000. He chose me upstate because he felt like I could do it. And you know what Paul did too. I got to go to 2 trips with Paul. Same thing. They're teachers' trips. They're 2 teachers. And literally, they were both of them. Paul gets to teach at the convention center. So that's cool. My duty was, and I love going to these, I get to basically invite clients to watch the show. And so you'll see the people outside with the stand with stuff. And so Paul's such a dude. I love you, Paul. Sorry if you have to watch this, but you're stupid. Here comes Paul, all about himself as usual. Hi! Hey, it's me, Paul. There's nobody else here, Paul. I'm fucking fuck you up, dude. He was fucking annoying me, dude. And I'm like at this one meeting, and then you know, it was his best friend who actually ended up marrying a stylist too. So I know every day he's gotta think about that pool times. Anyways, then say I even forgot what I was gonna say. It was just like, but literally. That's what they get too. Pound them out on the 3rd day. I feel like straight leave a bitch. So after the second one, I was just done. I couldn't even handle it. Hey! Bro, you're annoying me, legit. And nobody in my group says we're together. We just know that we're thinking about being it. What you don't do is sit there and, I don't gamble. Most people do on the trips. They go gambling. I don't spend money. I don't even do the claw machine. You kiss my ass. I am not giving nobody money for. I will give a homeless person money. I know that they're going to spend something on it. If you told me you're gambling, you want to get money from me. I'd rather. I'll just no. So they always want to gamble. That to me, I already know is a striker. First for me personally, I look at addictions. That addiction I see no reward with. They are very addicted to it. And the whole time, that's weighted. I like to go ziplining off buildings and watch David Copperfield and go to fucking Nickelodeon Land and go see sharks in SeaWorld. I'm always like doing. I always live alone because I like that. I always actually have to. Great Clips was the badass. So I want to give a shout out to Great Clips when they took me in Minneapolis. They already saw me as the crazy wild sister. They bust. They never left. They left me alone one time. That's because I yelled at them and I got lost. But finally I found my crew. I scared from laugh. I was at a manager's meeting in Minneapolis. I'm like, all right, girls, I've had enough of your shit. And they're like, yeah, right. I swear they were like that movie, The Wrong Missy, where she pops her head underneath the bathroom stall. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, what the fuck? They were awesome sisters. I love you, Great Clips. I'm going to get back to some of you girls. Nicole, I love you. She's my buddy. I think I'm going to get back to Jody, too. Jody's a badass. I think I'll take Peter on a trip too, because he did take me on a trip. But because he didn't say, he straight Peter step. You're like, Peter, I really think that maybe $1 is, or maybe a little something extra than 25 cents might be better for people. He's like, honestly, guys, it really wouldn't matter anyway. I mean, if you think about it, it just adds up to like this much more. It really wouldn't matter. So 25 though. And this is actually their opening statement right before they give you the 25, because they're smart. You got to pay attention to these leaders. They try to fuck you down, because that's what my mom and dad do. So I'm a smart woman. Resilience, bitch, we overcame it. But literally, that's what they do. This is how they open statements. So pay attention to this. If you ever walk into somebody's meeting, actually, you know what? That's why they're not going to get raises. I'm not giving them bonus. They said the shit. They try to brain fuck you. Their opening statement, because I just love that fucking rhetorical calls it. They'll say, okay, guys, let's do this. How are you doing today? Have you noticed how inconsistent they are with the muffins? Bro, nobody wants to go to your stupid interest meeting unless you got breakfast. And literally, dude, for one, those pictures that I was in Minneapolis, fucking showing up drunk, finally found my crew after getting lost, or hanging in the office for a while, and I just laugh my balls off every time I see it. But they'll be like, all right, guys, let's talk about raises, if you even get one. Now, as you all know, see how they did that? They just freak you, they spike you up, bring it down. So watch for that one right there. Hey, like they're elevated, they're like, they shoot that one right in there, and it's like a fucking almost like an infomercial shot, but you hear it. The one, I don't know, the targeted one, it's like it'll hit you in the heart. I don't know if the other ones feel the way we do, but it's like you just know something's gonna be feeling. So that's how you know if you even get one. So more than likely, what that says is that they're gonna give you the lowest raise available, and what they're gonna try to do is sound very optimistic about doing it. And oh fuck no, the only one who decides on that number, bitch, is you accepting it. And that's what I said. Well, I recommended for a while before that they hauled the groom. I actually don't tolerate any of my odd apples in my groom. I get rid of them. I just fire them instantly. But I'm a striker when it comes to firing people. I'll try to slash them sometimes. And fucking, I know a toxic bitch fucking is, so they're bad. I've never seen one change this day. Fucking bitch. Anyways, well, some of them collect them for the money. I did go well for her. She collected all the Dark Vaders too. And when I'm saying Dark Vader, this bitch was Dark Vader, I swear to Bobby Bone Biscuits. Evil woman. Bro, the day I fucking let her go, bro, she was back in the back room again. I guess she was having a fucking breathing panic attack thing. I don't know who's dated that girl. Tears, sweet fucking Jesus. Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fucking door, too. I hate criers. I don't even like my own babies crying. So you are getting on my nerves, bitch. And you're lying. Literally. Anybody who fucking did. Like, those are the girls that honestly, like, when they get the way, you're like, dude. They're like, my boyfriend. I'm like, I'm surprised you didn't do it sooner, honestly. Don't care. And literally just was like, anyways, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to write you up, honestly. She's like, I've never been written up before. Okay, well, I'm gonna paper cut you if you don't leave me alone. Anyways, it was funny. They collected them all over at this other location, and those girls, when they throw a fit, anyone who throws a fit is not gonna. There's a work celebration right here for you because you're a boss for real. You look over your empire. You're like, no, we're not playing your game. You're breathing. What are you doing? You're like, okay, very well. So you're like, are you okay? Do you need time to rest or like what's going on here? Like, because you're not gonna embarrass our company. You're not gonna like we've all done things, but it's like the actors need help. That's actually the ones who've been just really getting on our fucking nerves. And we have not actually like, really said anything about them. Don't come in with your shit. Dude, I'm not the one. My sister finally learned that shit with me, bro. Dude, oh well. Anyways, so yeah, they're saying, F you even get a raise. Let's talk about raises, guys. F you if you get a raise. Okay. So, how you doing? So, let's talk about things. Okay, so what this looks like here is that it looks like your IQ needs to be 900 and you are at a 652. 25 cents for you. You know, honestly, if you just get this number up higher, you will be at the right number. And they'll be like, fart on Nancy and you fucking would have accomplished your goal, but so you're just like, no, not playing your game. I don't have to fucking work that many hours a week. And just so you know, to get full-time benefits, you need to work 32.5 hours. So when you tell them, if you're a parent and you need to be home with your family and they're like, sorry, Nancy, I need you full-time. Very well. Full-time is 32.5 fucking hours, bitch. Make sure you fucking get that on there. And you do have to take a lunch, actually, so we need to get that correct. Take that back. I wonder if we could do 10, so we have to check that. But I don't know, sometimes they're fucking annoying. They literally ask you to take on these positions, and then they're like fucking telling you how they totally change all shit. No, you guys come first. And that's how we're going to be in our group. Your families will always matter the most to me. I would never fucking make you ever choose. What we're going to do is we need to probably do the nonprofit organizations is what I think. Because God says we got to bless with our blessings. So I've already done the nonprofit shit for all these years. That's what I do. So I don't even want to run it. I'm running away with my husband, my future husband. So whoever you are. And my future husband, I would like to either be already a billionaire or we're going to become a billionaire through my channel. And I don't need you to do that. I need you to be not insecure because I don't touch anybody and I don't let anybody touch me. But this seems to be the way that we can do whatever we want without being told no and make the most money without getting carpal tunnel or arthritis. And we need peace and quiet. I want to be in nature. So I think that blogging, whether we don't have to do inappropriate, we could also be appropriate. I'm open-minded. I'm probably not going to be able to. My man wouldn't let me do the channel. He's not going to let me. We can do happy blogging. We can show people the world. We can blog the world. That's what God would want me to do. He says, you're done. He's like, you're stupid. You're in trouble. He's like, you're actually in big trouble for that. Cover a shift at work. Clean your house. Clean your gutters. Get rid of shit. Pack. Because we're leaving. We could do two things. If I don't find a husband before I leave, and you want to join, and whoever likes shares gets the most shares on the channel, and it would be best if we have a market or somebody. If it's not insecure, I need somebody to operate my stuff. I need you to be good with numbers and graphs. They show you everything that you need to know. I need you to know me and not be insecure. This is not a time where you get to decide who I talk to. You're not here to fall in love with me. I need you to be my manager. Because you're here to think about how we're going to make the most money for the people to pay the bills the fastest. So that's the point. A lot of guys will come in and they just want to keep on themselves. Babe, we have people that they have needed. We need to help the people. It's not that big of a deal. You can have me in a minute. Like, we're just going to leave everybody behind, you know, and that's selfish. That's disgusting. That's gross. I care about you guys. There's no way. There's no way you're going to make that money. How the fuck are you supposed to bail? And you know what? One of the worst things ever is hearing a mama cry. She can't have the money to bail her kid out. I don't care if he's bad. I'm the criminal defense attorney. We have different funds available. We're going to hire the criminals and everything. I'm going to teach you guys how to make this money too. I want to teach you what I know because that's what a real leader does. A real leader is not your boss. A leader looks out and sees, when do you smile? When are you smiling? When me and Martin used to stand over the little thing where I was watching. I love him so much. And I miss him. And he'd say, who the heck taught him all this? Who the heck taught him all these extra techniques? Hey, he was always big on staying in the box. Stay in the box. That means, like, if you're talking about the lip gloss lid, they test you on that as you're teaching. I should get those. I have them still. I keep his guides with me. I want to get back to Martin's roots. They were best for me. Stay in the box. I said, hey, Martin, it's just not a good time right now. He would never even open his eyes. And then that was it. I mean, it wasn't me rude. And then when I was dealing with family drama, I said, I'm like, I gotta go take care of this today. I was like, is it okay if I go? He's like, sure. And he would just be sitting there. Hey, Daryl, what are you gonna do when you get there? What are we gonna do when we get there? And that particular day, I was going to my mom's, dealing with a dramatic fight they were having as usual. And I guess I would have walked through the door. More likely would have been somebody in the kitchen because when they fight, there's only two sides of the trailer to go to, and you can yell it from both ends. And there's dogs in the kennel. I guess you're right. Picture yourself a little farther out. What are we gonna do when we get there? Whatever fucking have we done? I don't know. Just such shit like that. It's like if I was right-handed and I would go over on this side, he's like, Dad, work smarter, not harder. He just saw things like that where if you're shampooing a client, one time he came up behind me, Bobo! Bobo! Fuck. He said, a shampoo massage needs to be as slow as a calm heartbeat. Bobo! Bobo! He always was like, super just. But I never forgot it. So I don't know. I feel like my leaders have been like the Karate Kid leaders. I don't consider somebody who's evil and bossy and narcissistic and dependent on another person. Just because you act like you deserve something, that's not you being amazing. Like it's funny how those people are so rude. But if you were like if you turned it around and they were like, honestly, it's crazy, Michael, that I have to stay here with the kids every fucking day. I don't even get to do anything. And you're like, so then did you need me to take them? Do you want me to have them live with me for a little bit in my new wife? Like, because we have a spare room. Because it's no problem. We have extra money if you need help. Like, we're going to take on the kid if you need a break. No! So then what are you asking? I want you to give me money. I don't need to give you money, but I can actually take care of the child. If you need a break, you can have the kid back. I'm not cruel. I'm not here to be rude to you. But if you need my help, I will offer you what I can do for you. I don't trust that. I don't feel like you're emotionally stable actually at this time now. I'm starting to worry about your health, Margaret. You know what I mean? Like you're actually, and it's true. You'd learned all this stuff from them really being fucking ridiculous. So it was a blessing. It was a blessing. It was a blessing. It was a blessing. When I came up here, I was crazy. I was a straight A student. I was a star athlete. And like I said, my sister died. My mom left my dad when I was like 4. She divorced him because she didn't want the drugs in life. But when my sister died, she did relapse. And that's how we were introduced to the drugs. And she did feel shame for it. But she never told that part of the story. She just went and told everybody that I was on drugs. She actually is also narcissistic with respect to her story. She hates my guts because she literally, and narcissists will belittle you and they will make you live their life like a fucking slave. You have to do all of their work and live every day fucking based on what they fucking want because their disorder actually consists of you being an extension of them, which means arm's length. The best way to think of a narcissist right now, judgmental, is just like they're not a friend that shares. It's an all mine friend. Like they're a kid that can have 2 of the same toy and they still want both of them. They don't share. And they are very young-minded in that way, and that's okay. I'm able to go in and look at things from a non-angry way, but it's time that we actually take a moment. It's going to be really hard for us because as crazy as it is, we feel bad for talking about what they go through. I feel bad. I have empathy really much for my mom. I feel really shitty about having to do this, but at the same time, I think it's going to be really healing for a lot of people because she needs to also stop worrying about the fact, like, if we're angry at her for this or mad at her if she does something wrong. Mom, we all do things wrong. That's why you just stop putting me on blast. That's why it hurts. It's like nobody's the same. And it was fucked for our parents because they come from that dynamic. And our parents, they were the break off. They were being abused sexually and they had to break that cycle. And so as anybody has actually dealt with sexual abuse in the families, typically there will be somebody that reports it and handles it, and it stops. Thank God for that. But before that, you have the ones that went through it, and so it's tricky. it's tricky because getting help for things leaves a family separated a lot of times. And unless you're very empathetic, truly in the heart, and the persons that you are reporting, you have to be, the goal needs to really be that you need to understand that there are long-term effects of the whole thing, no matter what. The ones that cover for it and don't report it because they love somebody, which I totally get, I understand that. But to me, I don't care about loving anyone more than sexual abuse being ended. Personally, that's a very strong one for me. I had to turn Edward in for even touching Hazel, and I believe that he did. And it was weird. Of course it is. I dated that guy, so then I mean, but at the end of the day, it's like, how many more people are going to get injured or attacked? And a lot of those people have told me direct stories about, them experiencing something like that at their house, and they were very disturbing things. And so obviously I got all my information actually from an outside person in the family that has been coming to me and reporting things at different times. And of course I'm going to have to take and do something about that. And I am friends with, I still love the person that I had to report. They did not get in trouble. I was the only one that actually said anything that much. I mean, it was weird. This bitch is a liar. This bitch is a liar right here. Dude, don't bother. Dude, I am so embarrassed even to tell you this. See, that's what I'm saying. We do not need to be embarrassed anymore. Okay, so somebody literally sent me a gift, and it was a used toy. Are you fucking stupid, dude? It was literally used. Dude, it was like, there was like literal like white stuff on it. You have got to be kidding me, dude. I felt so sick in my stomach. I can't with it, dude. And so, of course, I can't. I'm literally gonna throw up. Can we please run away on a boat? See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I started to get anxiety really bad at one point, and I called it the whooshing train, and I was like, I'm getting nowhere with anyone. They're literally bringing problems into my life. I don't need you to send. How about you don't send me that? Why do I need that to happen to me? And of course, you want to go on and say I'm fucking crazy. And okay, I'm actually just a light worker, and what a light worker does is apparently gets these gifts. And they go, a light worker is the person who actually gets fucked over. We get the one person that's really bad, and we have to call them out. Basically, a light worker is meant to come face to face with all of the earthly demons, and God has sent us down as the 144 to fucking call them out. This is why you don't like people. It's because you're dumb. I guess a light worker work for God, and we are his direct warrior, and you just cannot fathom being as stupid as fuck people. That's why you are an outcast. You're looking in and you see all the trained followers, and you're like, you're a moron, dude. So that's why I picture my God. Actually, he no longer looks like Jesus. He also, and my God don't claim the Bible. He's like, what the fuck is this? I feel like Martin and his Catholic fucking funeral, he would have never wanted that. When I die, you need to have a party, and my theme song is Whatever It Takes by Imagine Dragons, bitch. Don't let anybody fucking cry for me and my family. My kids can cry. My brother can cry. Well, they can all cry. But fucking, you just let them know that they need to sit the fuck down. They're not running it. Right now, they're going to get a petrified turd with their name on it that's a Christmas ornament. I'll poop it myself. Whoever's my real pure ones, you guys are going to rank up in my will. And on my channels, you guys will be lifelong inheritors of every like, share, comment, and subscribe. And whoever my marketer is will take over the channel. There's already places to set you guys up to do that. I can already pick anyone to take Facebook, all of you. So I've been thinking for a minute. So those are things we need to collaborate on. I think of that beer is good. God is great, but people are crazy. Like, he just meets that person. And that person honestly has a lot of greedy people in their life. But you know what? That's what a light worker is. Somebody that only comes every few generations. It looks like 3 for me. I don't even know. The next one. Maybe I'm thinking my niece Harley. I think Harley. I don't know, man. I love that kid. My sister said. And my daughter, of course, likes my sister. So I don't know. Maybe my Harley will roll this way. She's so funny. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like about to climb on the roof at my mom's. I said, I don't know if your mom liked that. I said, do we get up there? We're like sitting there. She's like, so, that was where you saw it when you were young? She's so fucking old school, like biker. My sister said, I swear Harleys are Harleys, dude. And like, she's like, she keeps chopping her bangs off in the front. She's like, I just want a different haircut. And I said, yeah, because when the kids cut their hair, you can't like tell them they just look bad. You're like, looks good. Like, maybe I could teach you like how to do it with. I bring my scissors next time or something. I could teach you if you want. If you want a way, I could actually teach you that procedure. That's what I'll tell them. You actually will learn with a kid who is a fucking pre-barber. The boys, if you say, don't, when they act scared, you're like, don't worry. It's just a clipper. Look, see, it's no problem. All you do is just turn it on. See, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. And then they're like, okay, so you know what that face is? They're actually learning step by step how to use this thing at home. Nobody would have known. This motherfucker go home and get himself a haircut, dude. He's learning a demo, bro. They are geniuses from a young age, dude. They're one of us. This is your child that's a villain, and they're fine. They're gonna be the most successful in the family, probably. Just because we're psychopathic and we can handle most things that other people say they can't. But you gotta watch for that too. I found that all those ones that say they can't, they were lying. They're the person, dude. Look it up. Victim narcissist. I didn't even know that was a thing. I've actually been giving them pity. I've been thinking they were like actually like victims, but no. There's been so many different things that add up. They're always like complaining about having a problem, and so you're always offering a solution, and then like ironically they can never take it. And then they have the same problem all the time, and they attract solution people, and you attract fucking problem talkers. Makers actually is what they are. There's a person that has a solution for every problem, and a problem for every solution is the other one. And you'll realize that you're not going to only just find that this person that's been bringing all of this negative energy, this depressive, fake, fucking gossipy. These ones are the gossip, depressing, fucking low vibrational. They don't have shit going on in their lives. That fucking think they're better than everybody else. Literally, bitch, you're entitled is what you are. You literally have no fucking thing going on. And you're like, and I'm not trying to be rude, I don't like you, so shut the fuck up. And literally, dude, you're like, to me, a good woman definitely cooks a great meal for her man. And do we do that every fucking day, all the day? No, we're fucking bitches either way. You go fuck yourself, you know what I mean? Either way. But I don't know that you guys on my channel are gonna find a sweet girl. Good luck. They got swooped up in high school, dude, from the other sweet guy. That I don't know what they are. Do you? I don't fucking know what they do. They're cute. Like, there's this one girl, Paige, she was so sweet. I don't even know, she was like a photographer. But her husband was also this like grand fucking Johnny Bravo, like already like management banker dude. Hello, like we don't know nothing about them. No idea. They probably had like fucking trips to like France when they were children, I have no clue. Who knows? Maybe they were just in the church. I have no fucking clue, literally. But I think you guys are either going to get a narcissistic bitch who's money hungry and entitled, and they're actually really easy to spot. Or you'll get a fucking, what you call us crazy girls. We're like the girl in that fucking, in the water boy. It's like, do you want me to kill him? And you're like, no, babe, no. We are the witchcraft. But we're cool. Actually, we're very loyal. We're the ones that we wear the netted shit. But we're like the purge girls, and we will we're super loyal. We're not gonna fucking, if you want to sleep around with your friends as partners, that has nothing to do with anybody but your nasty self. To me, there's some basic codes. I'm pretty just like Dr. Dre old school. You don't fucking snitch on people for fucking drugs. You don't snitch on DV really, because they stay there. And from my experience, even being in multiple DV relationships, we're both guilty. And some nights are just worse than others. And yeah, it can get dangerous, sure. And if it does, then yeah, there's times when you need to handle it. But what usually happens is everybody wants to be together when it's over. Somebody will go to jail. They get a restraining order instantly placed in Washington. And you realize that now you have all the bills to yourself. To be honest, everybody's already fucked up. Doesn't say that's fucking going to make it, like, it's not going to get better. It will get worse for you. What you need to do is set everything up and just know that there's women and resources available like us. That's why there's nonprofit agencies. They need to be non-affiliated with the government and the state, We make our own money. So you don't have to have degrees. You don't have to have license. And that's where real people can work. People that actually have been involved in gangs and changed their lives. People that have worked with their father in underground tunnels and actually had no fucking clue. And now they're realizing what the fuck they do in underground tunnels, whether it's for human trafficking. And you know what's weird about the trafficking thing is that I started getting these visions of these fucking underground tunnels that were really specific. And I feel like it's crazy that I came across tarot, and the visions were just really just like specific. And my dad's look very different, and they're not. These ones that were in there like were really super specific, and I feel like there's like certain things that we need to be focusing on, like the trafficking. It was about trafficking. I just got these visions of these underground burrows, and it was really dark, but I felt like it was very shallow, uh, and it was like the first thing I really noticed in the vision, because in the vision, like I was the person sitting in the chair, and actually the person sitting in, I don't even want to, the person sitting in the chair, I was Biden, and the chair I first noticed I was Biden. Just the first thing I thought was, well, I just know, like, and I literally walk into this room and saw it, like the room's like rounded, almost like a rabbit hole. It looks like it's quickly dug. It's divided into two. And there's on one side is one room, and there's a plastic panel that separates. It's a large window that I don't know if there's glass or plastic, but it basically would divide. And on the other side is a victim and another person actually. And the chair is the first. Well, I first noticed when I walk into the room just the dirtiness of it. It's very, in my opinion, unsanitary. I'm not sure if I am looking. I wasn't sure at what kind of texture of walls I was looking at, because my dad did wooden. He added wood to the walls, and the wood, it was very lovely actually. And he would make it pretty, and he would hang hooks from his with tools even hanging. He had power and everything down there. There was power in these ones too, but my dad did his square, and this one didn't have any tunnel that went down. My dad's do tunnels that go straight down about 10-15 feet, and then it goes to a hallway. Well, actually, you'll drop down and you're in a main room. But his were very, very well. They were cut perfect, like a house. These ones that I went into in my vision are not like that. They are they're very quickly dug, so they will be easy to locate when we go looking for them. They are very close to the land. They're shallow. It looks like what they do almost is just dig almost like a tunnel. It looks like rabbit hole like. It's very mammal like, animal like. And you go right in there, and it's just dark. And the first thing I see is a chair. Well, I feel like I see the chair, and then I'm in the chair, and I realize that I'm Biden, and so I'm just connecting with his status and the room that I'm in, and it really doesn't make sense. How could somebody that's that important be in such a dirty room? Is my first thing. Because even like I focus a lot on customer service, and so I just know that we would have gotten in big trouble. Like for Martin, I told you, boom, boom, like it was like my root of like everything. So I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. But the first thing I notice is that the chair when I walk in is crooked. So when I first put two and two together, I think, so they don't sanitize in between clients, basically. So anybody who knows studied trafficking, and you also look at the dark web, you will know that these people's addictions are to basically watch performances of, life ending. And as any addiction, the performance would need to be increase in intensity. And that's where people actually are over in like Obama's country and stuff, selling all these videos and stuff, making money off the abuse and everything. It's actually the number one addiction in the world is taking the life of another through a video being sold. And people are getting so many of these that they need to do more crazy things to stay satisfied. Just like if you use more, you're going to need to use more. Your tolerance increases with any addiction, okay? And so I'm noticing that basically they don't sanitize in between clients, which means he is not respected by the cartel. He's a fiend, And that's a problem for me. I'm already having a problem with the fact that we even heard about the accusations in the first place. But as somebody that's actually been very involved with them my whole life, I can tell you right now, first things first, that's not cartel. That's not the cartel. I want to separate this whole traffic cartel from our American cartel. I don't want anybody fearing the cartel. They can have a different name. They're the fucking get the fuck out of our country fucking group. The cartel in our country, just to clear them up, I was by them as a child, and they were probably the safest person to be around that I've ever fucking known in that whole group. The cartel does not use the drugs. They don't. They sell them. That's their fucking career, and we don't mind when you do want to have some. So they don't mess with you ever unless you literally, really, honestly make them so mad. A dirty, like anybody in the reverse is gonna do you dirty. But I want to say that like some people are really scared, like of them. Don't worry about that. I've only seen them come for one person, and they will. But that person obviously ripped everybody in town off that we even knew for years. So I'm sure I did it. There was no question why that happened. These people that call themselves the cartel, um, what I can tell you is that naturally I started to become involved in the trafficking instantly because I was the manager of the college the year the refugees started getting placed throughout our country. Let me finish the story though really quick. This is actually deep. So in the room, the chair's crooked, I noticed that. And I'm just looking at the shape of the whole build. It's round. I'm judging. I guess my dad's was better. I was totally just judging the sophisticationness of it. And so I look at that. I look at how much quality comes from both the client and the dealer. That's always been something I've evaluated since I was a young girl. I've always noticed, like with my dad, he also had levels. Like he had quality levels of his stuff. I watched. We were the ones that were down in there in my jar. He was like, make sure you dry all the water drops out of the jars, Tara. I would dry the mason jars and draw flower pictures in these underground tunnels. And literally, he would go around just in a happy mood and say, make sure you dry all the water drops or the whole place will explode. And he wasn't lying. And he was like literally psychopathic. And like, I hated going. All I knew was that I was going to fucking do this thumbnail shit. And I remember my mom talking shit. She finally got it to where we wouldn't go on visits anymore. And we hated her for it. But now that I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, any mom would have done that. I remember lots of things now looking back. But to be honest, he said it in such a nice way that it didn't bother us then. But no, I got my first pair of leather boots from somebody that goes by Shelly, Phoenix, and Bitch. They change with personality types. That person was not a good person. But it's okay. I end up learning a lot. I end up knowing now all the shit. And literally their fucking tunnels are shit. They're crap. That's fine. That's an advantage to us. In this chair though, Biden's sitting there and he looks like a fucking weirdo, in my opinion, because I see fiends every day of my life. So he's a big fiend. He's super fiend. Anybody who looks at Biden is gonna know that he has weird face expressions. If you look at his face expressions, he has actually muscle memory on his lips that where it twitches out shit. And that is actually, for my opinion, the show that he watches when he goes down there. And literally, even if we were to pull up missing persons report, I could actually identify this girl that was in his vision. But the first thing I see in this fucking thing as Biden is the church crooked. So they don't even care about Biden. Literally. They don't clean it. They didn't wash the chair. It's fucking crooked. And it's a weird, ugly ass room. And why the fuck would the president need to go to the fucking hole in the ground? Because they're fucking the president over. And literally, dude, he's so fiendy right now that when you're like that, that's like a fucking straight addict, like the worst. Literally the worst of the worst. He is like super fiend. And literally, dude, the first thing I see on the walls, because I'm like literally looking at the wall in the vision, and it looks like it's black paint. It's very dark, but it looks like it's like you can see that it's streaky. And so if we're dealing with the cartel realistically from Obama's country, I'm just trying to really realistically picturing them and whatever they would have done to paint. and I'm picturing him with the paintbrush. It's just looking weird, and it goes in a horizontal way, this streak. And so I'm like, nothing's really adding up with what I'm looking at here. And so I go through all the options of the paintbrush, the roller, everything. I'm just like, no, that's not what I'm seeing here. And literally, dude, I fucking realized what I'm looking at, dude. It's fucking dirt. And fucking that's a hand streak, dude. These are fucking hand streaks, dude. Literally in the dirt. Like, just like if you had a whole fuck, dude, it was pretty creepy shit, dude. And literally, dude, I'm not gonna go into the where I see more, but I see a victim on the other side, and I do see what they do, and basically, to me, it looks like it can only be a matter of time before whatever they're gonna do. I don't think anybody has control over it anymore. They've got everyone by the balls above, and that's what they do as dealers. We're very smart. I can have everybody by the balls at any time. And actually, this person that just lied to me, I'm gonna have him by the balls in a second. I'm not touching him at all. We don't care what you have to say so anyways, they're fiending bad. But if you guys look at actually, okay, something I'm going to tell you, when you deal with the crime scene, somebody who's guilty ages very quickly after committing a crime, especially murder. So you'll see it, and I believe that has a lot to do with the spirit staying with them. It seems like, because I've actually investigated a lot of murders. People will come to me and bring me information, and I don't mean for it to go that way, but sometimes I do feel like I channel into that stuff. I actually channel into a lot of murder, like dead. I feel like I had 2 girls come to me even last week. It's like, and I am not scared, but some of you guys might be mediums, and we will go into the 4D, and basically you're going to help people that are stuck there. There's a lot of people that haven't crossed over, and that could be a duty of yours. So there's nothing you can do real about it too if you see spirits. I don't see them. I don't want to, but they come to me. I see them in visions. I don't see them in my eyes. I have seen them though, dude. I'm not kidding you, dude. I know they fucking have, dude. When I was little, Skylar sees it too, dude, and he's done it at all different times. He's my fucking road dog, dude. That kid's so smart, dude. Some of you guys are gonna see that shit, but dude, yeah, nobody respects Biden. But look at Obama's face versus now. To like even last year or the year before, he's aged hella, dude, hella. Which you can already tell that the dealer is in charge based off of the environment the paying client is going to based off of this vision. That's the president, and they have him in a hole that's uglier than my tweaker dad's fucking hole, right off top. So if a tweaker who literally made his fucking people use a 5-gallon bucket in their fucking hands to create sophisticated underground tunnels, literally was super way more successful than the president who's fucking feeding this bad that they don't even sanitize the chair possibly in between clients. Because I wasn't looking to find this out. I didn't mean to do this. It was my son. He always brings me this fucking shit. He's the one who does this. He's my little spiker. He's like, Mom, did you see Biden the other day? He was like, yeah, he was fucking stupid. He's like, he was on stage, literally. He fucking straight was like, over here, he like was spacing off, and he fucking come back around and went to shake somebody's hand, and they weren't even there anymore. The whole thing was over, and I was like, what? Because like I study psychology, and so I was like, that's not normal. That is not Alzheimer's at all. That's disassociation, and that's what really brought this whole vision upon. I don't even know. It just came to me actually with all of the same research, but we've been hearing a lot of rumors. I don't really look into it. I'm not actually a politician, but apparently I am according to this now. But I really would rather not really be involved, but I don't see that anybody above us is doing anything, and so I'm not going to not be involved. That's actually not going to happen. You're not going to do that here. Anyways, we have to look into it. And so one cool thing about looking into it, which is another option, I'm either at risk for trying to save the world, and I'll go after like Putin and Biden and all those people and try to talk to them about it. And I don't need to go after them in a threatening way, so nobody needs to worry about that. I'm actually being linked by all these government officials that are actually watching my shit. And hi, guys, I love you. There's nothing to worry about. I would never go after anybody in a bad way. The New World Order just says that, honestly, we're going to look at policies and procedures. And basically, all the people were supposed to be mentally healthy and definitely not have accusations. There's no question. I don't care. People are trying to put a division between the fact that we can't change the laws without petitioning for them. That is a bullshit lie. With respect, because I know that we can't do anything at the time until we make an agreement. We at least need to talk. But basically, God did not put anyone down here in charge, and that is the truth, even according to your own book. And a book was not given to us. So to be honest, like everybody's just kind of like to this point where we all have decided upon our own way of life. And at this point in time, it's all fair game, and that's the truth. And I'm not here to start anything. I'm just here to actually explain to you what all the people are feeling. There's a lot of people feeling like, honestly, you're not capable or qualified to run anything. No leader above us at this time seems like they have had the opportunity to rest and get the services that they may need to heal too. So we're not here to attack, but we are definitely going to look into policy and procedure to start. And one thing we can do is see if Biden possibly struggles with Alzheimer's and disassociation and psychopathy, because at least 2 out of 3 of those are actually determined on a CAT scan. So why are mental health people not doing that? And why are we allowing people who are covering for other people? We should have all the states and the mayors requesting that at least 5 different states have their favorite hospital, and it all be like, literally, if this is for our president, then we should have access to say, no, we don't trust you. We don't. I'm sorry. But if we're going to do this here and we want to keep doing it your way, Putin alone, you guys have divided the whole world to the point where people are hurting. Putin is not psychopathic. He doesn't smile after he disassociates, which is very odd that Biden would suffer from disassociation, because I suffer from disassociation because I also dealt with trafficking. So that's weird that we have passion towards that. Dissociation is when you go through sexual abuse and you actually imagine yourself somewhere else, your favorite place actually, and you black out and then you return. It's like an out of body experience, and then you return to your body when they're done. So some of you might have realized when you became adults that maybe when they access different parts of your body, that it was like deja vu. So that's how you'll probably know, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why would I have ever felt like that? And so it was just like, it will give you like this creepy sensational feeling where you'll like know something happened, and you'll like have bits and pieces, and then other people in your family are gonna say they remember full blown, and you don't. You'll black out. And I think a lot of times I wonder, if that's a lot of reason why they're mad at me. Well, I didn't choose it if I can do that, but I can tell you that I have like weird fucking deja vu feelings. I'm like, what the fuck? And I also have memories of other things. And then other people in the family actually have full blown actual fucking weird. They black out too. They go to places where they black out too. I didn't report on behalf of the adults that told me, but I've had to report at least 9 children. And so that's where it really matters that you guys actually look into stuff. This isn't to get anybody into any trouble that they're not supposed to be in. There's a problem. And since every one of those people, actually, it was okay for them to be sexually abused until 83. That means your big sister, your big cousin, they finally had to be fucking enough. And the person in it, that girl in it, when she's being abused by her father, that's the best way to look at how those fucking angry women feel. They fucking were abused like that. And they were never fucking cared about, and they don't know how to love, and they don't love themselves. And so even though they might think that today we hurt them and we call them narcissistic, it's not something that we're here to hurt you about. It's here to say that we understand what's going on, and you got to stop carrying out the abuse. We're not going to be a part of it, and we're just letting you know that we don't have nothing to. We will stop talking about it when there's not current things happening, for one. Nobody that I'm talking about isn't doing current shit. You got my fucking daughter right now for fucking encouraging her to fucking listen to you. That is completely inappropriate. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are. You did not fucking have a child sneak out their fucking bedroom window and hide them in a car and fucking drive them out of town. You're so fucking righteous. You know what I mean? It's like you always pick and choose when you decide you're going to do the right thing. And so today we just announced that we are not listening to anybody who is not qualified to tell us what to do. We are not listening in general. We can be inspired to follow your order, but we are not subs. We're doms. We like role play in this group. And so if you would like us to listen, you got to respect yourself in order to even be qualified to tell. And we got to look at policy and procedure, and we will. God does. I think we're God's army. I think God is not okay with how things are going on here. And a lot of people have said, God's going to be here. God is here right now in you always. Do the right thing in your heart. Everyone who turns their head and says, oh, we got to follow this order, this law, this policy is really, so you're a puppet. No, you know what we need to do about the trafficking? Because it only started in about 15. Is what we need to do is we need to do something that I made up, and it's called the Open Your Door to a Neighbor Act. And I think we just straight need to be willing to let another person come through and make sure there's nobody hiding out in a house trafficking. And nobody has to agree to it. We're not going to violate any rules. We're not going to invade anybody's privacy. We're going to use your Google Map system that you make, because every one of the people that's bad also puts all the evidence out there that we can. That's what's fun about being that loving law. They always reveal things themselves. So what my idea is that we literally just pretty much, the best way to look at it is that with Google Maps as everyone's house. The problem is that we have so many hundreds, we're getting a lot of, there's thousands of people. It's the number one way to make money in our country. And there's thousands of people even reporting it to the police, begging them to please go get the person. They're like, all next door, you guys need to be aware of this. I have 3 government officials in our group and they're confirming it. They have to follow a policy and a procedure, you guys. When you work in any type of any office, there is a policy and procedure. And if anybody's ever told you, you need to go up the chain of command, did you speak to your manager? You need to do that because there's a policy and procedure. And so what happens is that's why when the police say, like, you guys are mad at the police and you think they're not doing anything, but they can't. You know what turns the police away, like what stops the police from being able to do their own town's crime? It's simple. If a criminal enters more than one jurisdiction, so if that criminal is even on a high-speed chase or there's 2 towns that get involved, basically a detective takes over the case. So you can imagine how easy that is to figure out and how often that happens. And we see that in the movies. You see a big crime happen and then we'll love the little county sheriff. And then they'll be like, oh man, I sure hope that the fucking Men in Black don't show up, you know? And then here come the Men in Black, you know, and they walk in and they're like, get out of here, bitch. And they show them their black badge. And then they fucking kick him in the nuts and take over the job. And then he goes home to his wife. He's like, yeah, horny. She's like, it's okay, darling. You're still the best deputy in town. So that's their life. Have a little fucking slack for them, you know? And if you really want to know, the fucking FBI is adorable. You wouldn't even think. So the fun thing about being a criminal is that there's still policy and procedure for that too. You can smoke weed and drink and you can do different things. So you don't have to be worried about that. You obviously want to be a great role model for what you believe in. And that's why God have made everybody different. The FBI is adorable, okay? I just said. I've got to work with them at least 4 times. And 3 of them are my hair salon clients. So I've been studying this for years. And it says that every career path that I've chosen has been very strategic. I call myself the undercover criminal. But it said that hairstylists are the number 1 person that knows more about anyone in the nation than anyone else. That in order to get somebody to do their hair, you get them to feel like they trust you. And so I targeted that. I went ahead and got a license in that. It's true. I locked in 3 FBI officials. One of them just thinks she found true love. And she is adorable. She's cute. They are nerds, but they don't do drugs. She came in to get her hair done, and she was actually one of the ones that was working on trafficking. So anytime I get any client in my chair, I ask them any question that we need to know. And she said, basically it just goes up the chain of command, and their minds work in a way where they see the source of the problem. And so they focus on a strategy. And so they are patient. And that's why you guys need to cut them a little slack. There's going to be good and bad people everywhere we go. But they seem really innocent. They're adorable. She was going on a date. She's never been in love. She thinks she might be the one. She told me they'd been talking for a long time. You know what I mean? She was really sweet. And she was like such a like the perfect little like she's all that nerd, or I don't even know. She was just sweet and innocent. And I really do think he was going to be her true love too. And it was pretty adorable. But I asked her about the trafficking, and I told her we got a lot of people reporting things. I said I had literally that week alone, several clients were talking about several locations. They were talking about an airway house. We got a letter saying full details. Please help. My sister's in there. It was my client. I've known her. I reported it too. I told her I knew they were going to do it. They were. I don't even know. I'm not even going to that. But basically, I was wondering myself, what is going on? And it just kind of disappears into thin air. Well, what goes on is that the FBI has it. Period. If it is a large problem, the FBI is doing actually what they can. They really are. They're innocent. They really do not make the best decisions sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. When I asked them, I have another one. It's a December one. And she's in charge of the drug department, and she basically gives us access to know what they're studying as far as drugs go. And they have nothing to do with the fentanyl release or anything like that. They're actually pretty innocent. I really do think that the FBI is on our side, and they took my dad's case, and they were really respectful. She felt like what I felt like mattered, and I liked that. A lot of the people in between, you're gonna have the dirty ones. So if you don't know how to keep power through your navigation through this, they can actually, and they will disrespect. Anybody's gonna disrespect you in all environments. So it's not more so one or the other. But the good thing is just with anybody with a degree, they have to follow a policy and a procedure. So it's really just fear of you feeling like, are you better or worse than these people? We're all the same. Really, after 5, we all fucking have 10 things that we deal with, finances, fucking, we want some better sex, maybe dinner sucked, we have bills to pay. It's the same fucking shit different day. We just have different addictions. It's really what it boils down to. You'll change your mind too. But they're really sweet. I asked her, why the fuck did you guys legalize all drugs in some states? And she said, oh, because it's against the law for us to do research on something that's illegal. Of course it is. That makes sense for a nerd. And they have to follow the law. Okay, so guys, next time can you maybe just do one at a time? Because now we have fucking everybody out there with fucking all their fucking weird shit, and it's fucking looking like a cuckoo feast. It looks like the Lord of the Rings when the Dark World takes over. I was like, what is happening? Like, is the government trying to like off people? No, they're innocent. They would do something like that. I recommend though, if you are watching me, you guys localize the fucking which drug you're gonna do. You shouldn't do all of them at the same time. You guys need to do one at a time, because that was really weird to see all things become legal, and now no businesses are downtown anymore. That ruined every business. It looks like The Walking Dead. It's really just made a really negative effect. So I recommend that. As far as the trafficking goes, they actually, if you guys look at what the FBI does and who they bust, they actually seem to be making busts every 2 weeks or so. And so I respect that, and I will respect leaving it alone. But I do recommend that for the community members who are that if that's something we end up doing, it would be easy to localize the problem if we did the Open Your Door to Your Neighborhood Act. And with the Google Maps, we can basically create a bingo chart and just cross everybody that was willing off right off top. And the psychologists, all of us, we could sit there and actually just completely post up. It would be a wonderful show to watch. You go town to town, and we will analyze these houses. We will invade nobody's privacy. I'd like to partner with a drone company, and you could get some shares on this. I'd really like to partner with a production company in general. I really want to come in and just really use these skills to change the world and make it a better place. I want to go place to place, and I believe that God does not. If we cannot be in a world where borders would allow everybody to have all needs met, then God is not okay with your graffiti on earth. Because basically it's obvious here that somebody just started controlling shit, and you guys used force, sexual abuse, physical abuse, even death to create force fear. Nobody in our underworld, we're the underworld, dude, and we're like gonna take over. So we're not trying to be rude, but basically like to be honest with you, whether it's Trump's group or you idiots that follow Biden and his dick hand and fucking literally, or if it's just people that are even talking about the Civil War, or if it's people that stay the fuck out of it, people on the streets, they're homeless, and I speak on behalf of everyone. And what I'm gonna do is work for God here, and He wants me to focus on definitely the human trafficking, the pollution in the water, the borders. I feel like I would like to really get a hold of Trump and work side by side with Trump if possible. I don't think he's gonna get lippy with me, and we could get his hair done, you know. And then I would also like to talk to Putin because I feel bad for Putin. I feel like we need to talk about fucking being abused by our fucking mother and how it's fucking whack, huh? And I feel like we could tell Putin honestly, Putin, you know what? You're obviously a fucking strong leader, dude, but you threatened to nuke us 35 times. He's like, I know. You know what I mean? What if somebody actually talks to him? Nobody does that. As far as Obama's country, I'm really concerned about that. I looked into everything, and they do terrible things. They're the ones that make those videos where people die. They make videos and sell them, and it's very organized. They get the athletes, they get the virgins, they get the children, they get the mothers. Everyone's organized based off of what matters most. If it's your hands go. Legs go. They do. They make it to where the men are no longer. It's terrible. They let dogs eat them and shred them to pieces in front of their family. That's Obama. I don't know why they would be here. I didn't know that. I thought Obama had good customer service face and really disturbed actually after looking into the whole thing. And I could be wrong. You know, that's just what I looked into after receiving just that information, and I just think, damn, that's crazy. So, well, that's our country, and so I'm worried about it. I think God doesn't want anything to do with all this because why would God supposedly just make an earth in 7 days? And even according to their own story, he says, just be naked and you guys keep violating me, so you're sinning. And then he said, and basically just stay away from the apple, which you said a snake said. So, well, it's whatever. You guys turn people like us in for even spitting on you and fucking just doing weird shit. But you guys can talk to snakes and fucking scalp people and take over the world. And actually, what is your excuse for not fucking having children be sexually abused and actually sold for money? Literally, that wasn't weird to the adults in our country that are alive right now. 83, because your big cousin and sister. So I'm going to tell you, that one fucking person in your family that's been a standoff girl, and you guys said, oh, she's a drug addict, remember? No, and I'm not even claiming to be her. I'm just the fucking straight wild child middle sister. I live it up, bitch. I mean, I'm not somebody, God made me really amazing. He doesn't make me angry at the people. He made me understand and make me have empathy, and that's the difference. That's the difference. Some of y'all be king and queen in reverse. You have authority over people. You rule. You have leadership, but you're like the fucking Queen of Hearts and just pissed off with their heads. You never got back in relationships. You're like the dark world, Lord of the Rings, and you're pissed off there too. Or you could be as beautiful and lovely as the elves, And, it's just like Queen and King are always fighting, to be honest, that whole, battle shit. And so your duty as an emperor and an empress is that actually you've been there and done that. You realize that taking your power back does not mean that you're powerful. It means that you're clear-minded and that you focus truly, you're selfless because you chose to be a leader. And you know that if you have somebody yip-yapping on the side of you, distracting you, being immature and childish, for one, they don't need to be in your fucking shit. And then if you can't let them go, you need to step down. Because in those moments when they're in your shit and it's just disrespectful, it's gross, they're fucking literally, you could have somebody try to take over your empire. Your kings and queens will fail. So you don't have to do anything. You can choose to stay at night. But if you've ever had the idea in your heart to make the next move, that's a calling. That comes from God. That's you and God directly saying, it's time to go, buddy. And that's why you can't seem to stop thinking about it. It's because God's in you. He's your spirit. And you know what's cool? He says that a calling will be so crazy that nobody will believe you. He said, and that's what I think of my God. After I started learning this, I started picturing Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. Because I feel like my friend David Williams, shout out to you, I love you. But he's black. And he's funny. He gets worried about shit. Like the short dude that gets shot in the ass on Bad Boys or whatever. David would be like, oh no, man. I just don't think we should go to Idaho, man. They got KKK over there, and then you're like, I don't know, man. Like literally, if we should smoke this weed, like he gets so paranoid, and so I just don't feel like blacks actually are scared. They'd be like, dude, so funny. I ran into this one girl named Shaniqua. She's black, and I realize now I didn't know what was happening at first, but when she drinks, she actually thinks she's gonna get murdered. She says people get murdered too. She'll freak out. I actually fell for it, dude. Dude, this one time, dude, oh my gosh, dude, I don't care what color you are. I didn't even know it was a problem. I didn't even know anything about racism until I got a write up one day. There was like some kind of Eskimo lady and she was speaking. I said, what the fuck? I said, do that. I said, oh, and I was trying to actually say it. And she's like, I got written up for being racist. No, I'm not. I was literally trying to learn the language. I don't even know. I didn't even know about racism until my brother, and I was like older. I don't believe in racism. Racism is a word. Yes, it is true. That's a great thing to do. Sure, we need a word on it. I'm disgusted with our country. I have no idea. I just racism for one. If you're black and anybody's ever disrespected you, you could be part of the Villain Bloods. Dude, they disrespect us too as a white person. This has nothing to do with color, guys. And I saw that actually because my friend Brandon, I love all of you so much. I noticed if you are not watching. I noticed when you disappear. I don't reach out a lot, but I actually love you guys a lot. And I didn't see Brandon for 10 days and I got scared. I reported him missing. I did a missing person report. I even found his mom. I said, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just know Brandon from channel. I said, he has not been on here. I said, I'm actually scared. I don't even know. And she's like, okay. I texted her and then Brandon actually got hold of me. He's like, Tara, I'm fine. I was like, oh shit. But just know that I do care. But during that, I saw missing persons numbers in our country and it is terrible. Guys, the blacks are targeted. Dude, look it up. There's 3 main numbers. And the Indians are next. That is completely inappropriate. So I'll tell you, if you're a fucking leader of anyone who is disrespectful to a colored person, we're coming for you as the Villain Bloods. See, this is why some man needs to come for me. I should, dude, how many people have I don't even mean to do this. I just feel like, Sergeant, and I'm not kidding. Somebody needs to come get me because I'm on a mission, dude. Nobody, are you fucking dumb? They need counseling. Okay, for one, guys, if you're colored, don't worry about those bitches. You just give me their name. Whoever's fucking with you. Let's just leave it at that. Just tell me who they are. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to help you. And literally, if anybody and then if you, all you need to do is just come to us. We will help you for free. We'll figure out what we can do. We don't have money until you help us make the money. But our money can go to anything that's ever bothered you. Let's make a resource center for it. You can run it. I'm not running the shit. Nonprofit is about people that get together and they really want to give back. And that's what God says. He says, I'll bless you when you actually fucking use my blessings to help the world become a better place. And every marine animal has fucking pollution in it. People are getting swollen fucking faces and they don't even have fucking access to fucking medical shit because they decided that fucking one color of race is more important than the other. You're a fucking idiot, dude. No, God's up there tripping out. You're making this world a dirty place. You don't even fucking clean up your mess. You over there fucking trying to get a fucking new planet like a doofus. Fucking gonna fucking make gravity blow up. It doesn't even matter because it's laughing at you. It ain't even ever let you in. You're an idiot. Fucking in God's name we trust. He fucking has boycotted that Bible. It's a fucking crazy Bible. And literally, dude, they just need to be looked at. Biden needs to be not touching. He needs to take the microphone he's been touching, and he needs to not be touching any more microphones. And anybody who touches that microphone has dick on their fucking hand. And he's creepy. And he's not fit to run the country. And I mean, we could do whatever. I'm willing to go wherever he's at and just stand in front of the stairs. I don't really care. I don't want no problems. But we're at least requesting that medical. Not even myself. I'm not gonna do all that. I don't even have. I'm not a psych. I don't have. What do they do? The therapist. You have to be. There's different counselors or the underdogs. He needs a CAT scan. CAT scan can determine at least his Alzheimer's and his psychopathy just from the shapes and the different colors in the stuff in his brain. I learned that from Grey's Anatomy, so go fuck yourself, bitch. I should have been a brain surgeon. No, he, the disassociation, he would have to see multiple therapists, and I don't think that it's not that big of a deal for us to request that. We change the laws and say that at least 5 different states' best therapists and doctors are the ones that get to give an overall voting. This is not something that is like you guys can keep doing your thing. We're not here to take over, but we think you're an idiot. And Putin's, I mean, like, I need to go see him because sometimes I'm always like, he's fine. I should have been a criminal defense attorney because I always defend the wrong person every time. And if Amanda's watching, I don't know who's watching over there, but even at the casino the last time we went, there was a whole fucking straight fucking other village gang. And they were like, what the fuck, motherfucker? I said, what the? I said, yeah. And Amanda's like, Tara. Okay, I said, you shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. I like literally will fucking stop the whole thing. And literally fucking I get in the middle. I was like, what the fuck? And then like there's like dudes everywhere fighting, and I'm just like doing the fucking straight airbender. I'm like, I literally do the he stole our car. I said, okay, why does he look like the Shrek cat? See, this is why God, dude, I could see the devil was gonna make me the fucking criminal defense attorney. I could have gotten anybody out of prison, dude. I shame not. I literally believe him. I always trust the wrong man too. See, it's not funny if you and I didn't even know what I said. He's like, practically. I said, guys, I ended up getting this guy out of it. He did. He robbed the car. I didn't even know. They robbed me too, actually. Fucking, what do you know? Anyways, my coat came up missing. Found out they were actually pretending to help me look for it. I don't need your help. I need you to stop hitting on me. I thought they were hitting on me. No, they were following me around and robbing me. Not everybody's into you, Tara. You fucking shit. You know, yeah, fucking idiot, huh? I wonder if they target girls like me that think fucking people are. I noticed they were looking at us really funny. I was like, they were like actually walking like around us. But I was like, man, there are a lot of drugs around here, so maybe that's the way that they walk. I didn't know when I was looking at here. Oh yeah, so that's the thief walk or something. The high thief. I don't even know. It's you'll know. You'll know something's just not right. You'll assume that it could be this. No, that's actually when they're robbing you, I guess. The dude actually started to like me or something, and one walked up and was like, you need to hide your keys, they're gonna rob you. I said, what? He said, they're gonna rob you. I said, how the fuck are they gonna rob me? You know, because I'm an OG gangster. He said, they're gonna fucking take shit. Literally had it. I was like, what the fuck, dude? They opened my eyes to like some like it seems like some like King Kong Islander shit, you know, when they're like we know nothing about this shit, okay? Anyways, yeah, we're shut the fuck up and go lay down, dickweed. I hate winners. Shut up. All right. Anyways, so just know we're gonna be going over a lot of stuff, and in our group, don't worry. I saw that I have about 20 government officials attached to my phone. I love you. Hi. I should have been a cop. I wanted to be. I just became an empress. I guess God says that. I guess we don't go to law school, but it's good because you know what, guys. I'm gonna tell you. I was gonna be a fucking straight cop. I was gonna be fucking. I wanted to do law. And out of nowhere, I met James, and my sister died, and fucking, we go into this other world. But you know, obviously, we were involved in it prior as kids, doing these projects with my dad, even not even fucking knowing. And like, it's just crazy to me looking back at these things, looking at all these buildings. There were so many buildings now. There was a caboose in particular. We loved the caboose. There was a double wide trailer. I had no power or water. We'd always clean it. I'm like gonna throw up. Actually, that's sick. I wonder why I'm gonna throw up. Why is that gonna see? I wonder if something happened. Oh, that's weird. I don't know. Because whenever you talk about a memory, you're gonna feel it. I wonder what happened. Something happened there, dude. Dude, I know something happened, dude. Because I remember the doors just going black. I know that's where they did it. Dude, yeah. I don't even know, dude. Dude. See, you're gonna feel things, and that's what I'm talking about. You're gonna have to just be a strong person. As you black out, you're gonna remember, dude, I already knew it. I knew that's where it fucking happened, dude. And you know, that's what my sister says too. You know what she says? Dude's fucked. I'm not gonna tell her just shit tonight. Fucked shit, dude. There was a caboose. And you guys remember, you know those fucking metal crates, the steel ones that just have the doors? I just remember those still going black all the time. Yeah. Dude, yeah. I don't even know, dude. Fucking whack shit. Whack shit, dude. So it's really crazy, actually, just passionately fucking like getting involved in this. So I don't know. What I can tell you is that for me personally, with that kind of experience, I'm obviously passionate about getting any girl out of a situation or man. I'm also love to shake my booty for like Cardi B, you know what I mean? And so it's like I understand that if you're somebody that's into that and that's what you do for a living, do your thing. That's why I think an open your door to the neighborhood act would just be the best thing. That way everybody just knows that we are not here to invade nobody. We wouldn't do that. We're not stupid. We know I work for we do laws and regulations. I understand that I would go to jail. I would not get I'm not here to do anything. I'm just saying that but what we are willing to do needs to be done. Um, so I don't know. I don't think that they care. I don't think that we have Biden, to me, based off of the drug world, in my opinion, he's a fiend for he's definitely. I don't know why I would get that vision. And in the vision, you see him sitting in this black chair, and the chair is not expensive. It's crooked, and I see the streaks on the wall. So that tells me that they're being dragged and they're fighting as they're going through. The middle barrier is plastic, I don't know. Obviously, it's plastic. Why do I keep saying it? I keep saying it. It's because I don't want to believe that they treat him that trashy, but they do, which is a concern to me. It shows me he is to the level where he will pay anything to get that taken care of. It's underground, I think, and then obviously we need to figure out which ones are on the ground. They're actually been giving us detailed places. They're giving us addresses now, and we can't invade, and the cops can't do anything local because it's FBI, and the FBI does have a strategy that I respect, and I like them, so I'm not going to cross them. They've never done anything wrong to me, and I've got to work with them a few times on. I usually focus on murder cases, so that's cool. I like murder cases. I would like to focus on. I can tell you what I'm going to personally come for. I'll be coming for any gang or cartel leader who is distributing a hate like culture. You're welcome. As I told the last three gangs that we have rehabilitated and are all doing great. They have wonderful families now, and they don't involve themselves in gangs. And the ones that were red now are blue, and they're fine with that. And they don't have to worry about their little brothers and their children being on the streets getting shot. So they can change and they want to. And I get to work with two more this year. I've been working with two other ones, some from Idaho and some from Washington. And these kids are young. They are about the age of the first group that I worked with, but now I'm older. But so it's really these kids are about 12 to 18, and they are if your child is getting into a lot of fights at school, there could be a chance that he or she is actually being initiated into these gangs. They are saying terrible things to these children. They have to fight their way in. They're crazy. They are hood rat fights. I'm talking bad, dude. Shit. I don't want to like. It's deep. They're actually these kids are okay. If you thought whoever you thought was doing the crime around town, it was probably your kid. If he's like being acting crazy, and they are very sophisticated. I'm talking very. They don't fuck around. The generation below us is very smart, and they want a better life. They're tired of the what you know what's crazy when they were little too. I'd ask them when they were in my chair. So what do you want to be when you get big? He said several. There's only a few, but there's been about four or five. I believe it too. They say taking over the world for the greater good. And you just know their ghost is actually they're the next fucking superhero, dude. I like that shit. I like dreamers like us. We do feel like we could take over the world. And so it's because you actually have a heart that's good. There's ways that we can figure this out. But what we need to do is, you don't need to be afraid of anybody anymore. You need to be whoever you want to be. That's the only way that you can manifest anyway. Because I guess manifestation comes from your thoughts and your feelings. So that's interesting. How do you feel and think every day? Like shit or awesome? Because that's something we know. And I don't know, just changed me. Because I started thinking young, it's like, I don't really agree to that, man. You know? They're always like, oh yeah, oh yeah. And I was like, oh. They're like, you better do this or you're going to fucking, I'm like, shut the fuck up. When you don't want to do that. You're like, I'll do it if I want to. I do. You're more of a dom and you're not some. So you're like, I'll do role play. You know what's funny? They say, yeah, you know what? Life is good. And we're going to make it better. But that's what I like to do. I like to save the world or something, or we can run away together. I don't give a fuck. Either fine's me. But I'm open to it. I want to do something different. I'm tired of staying in this house. So if you're a realtor, or if you are somebody who sells boats, you can fucking target me. Motorhomes too. I'm willing to straight go town to town and fucking do the whole fucking open your door to the neighborhood act. I am down to. I really want to build a team. I want to get a production team and I want to travel and we can do all this crazy shit that I want to do with these bodies. Like, oh my gosh. And then I need a man who's like, because men actually, you guys are pretty smart and you keep me safe. Like, you guys will tell me things like, just so you know, biker gangs, you guys are always, like, I guess you guys have a rival. Stop rivalry. Like, I don't see anybody as rival, but you guys keep safe because you'll say, just so you know, the banditos or whatever, that's their territory. And I'm like, well, you're like, well, then who's the bandito leader? I have to take all these notes. I'm like, okay. So I would like to speak to the leaders. Can we have a leader meeting with everybody so that we could just sit down and I want to know where you're coming from on this. Because I know that you guys have really serious, like, belief systems and these are rooted things. And so I respect that. And so I guess I need to know more about the territories. I need to know more about what I'm dealing with here. I'm very inspired to do what I can in a respectful way and live a long life. I do know policies and procedures, so if you are the government watching, can you just stop and just give me a job? A good paying one, bitch. They say if you can't beat them, join them, right? You don't need to worry about me, guys. I am not into worrying about anything but, honestly, sexual abuse. That's what I'm passionate about, so don't hit me up if you're going to ask me to do anything other than that, because I love, actually, the dark world, and I just want to focus on really just, like, make sure we get the sexual abuse, take care of the trafficking. Was not really been here for too long. And otherwise, we need to now go in and change it up. I don't give a fuck about your stupid fucking rule system and how long it takes. If it takes this long, if there's a problem, we need to get it done promptly, period. And people that know what we do in a company is we hire the person that can get the job done fast. We have a country to take care of. So that's period. This is not about your fucking fake ass manipulated fucking barriers is what it is. People need help. As far as Trump goes, I don't know that you've pissed me off more than only just that one time you taking fucking kids from their fucking parents, you fucking idiot. We ain't fucking playing that game. But I'm not worried about Trump. He's teachable. I'm a teacher. Biden, I do believe, is definitely a trafficker. And if it were my case and there were a way and I was like a superhero, I would fucking fly over there and I would fucking right across the face. Wouldn't that be funny? Can you be the visible man? We could build a superhero team as well. So that'd be fun. Hi. Wouldn't that be great? Because they're so stupid. They want to, like, even Leonardo DiCaprio did the Don't Look Up thing. You should watch that movie. But yeah, they don't care. Like 70% of you, I'm going to tell you, are into following the wrong person's ideas. You're worried about popularity and trend in your 30s. If you're still trying to be popular and you still think that you got to be wearing something or getting rid of it as the trend changes, I will tell you, what's funny? You guys actually don't follow us because I'm probably the weird one, right? You know what's hilarious? I'm the one who, we're the ones that go to all the shows and actually we're the behind the stage person with the trend. It's always your dorky fucking crazy one. Nobody that's rich cares about trend. We laugh at you. We actually do research on you and we think about how we can get all of your money. So it's funny how people that actually think they're popular, they're not. Don't worry about it. They're not, guys. You're the popular one. You're the smart one. You're the straight black sheep. You're part of the 144. You had to go through that because you're an emperor and an empress. And you know why? Because He wants you to have felt that pain because other people are going through it. And they want help. They want out. They want something that they can't fucking have. And everybody say, oh, get better, get better, get better. This is a Queen of Pentacles, more than likely in reverse, somebody that was already struggling financially. When are they not? And then it says self-care, and you're just bawling your eyes out right here, and we didn't even pull these cards on person. Then you start rising up. You're like, I'm not going to fucking be treated like this anymore. I've literally done everything that you've asked me to do. And what I saw is that literally, yeah, following the path of another in the reverse, that's cool. Yeah, dude, dope. Real. Let go of a fixed plan. Allow for spontaneous growth because life is not what the fuck somebody else tells you to do. God is your spirit in your heart. He says, put me first. Because honestly, yeah, it's swords, dude. Right here, dude. This is the worst. Because these bitches want to lay down contracts, like literally against your soul. Like these people are this is where you sell your soul to the devil on land. Ooh, that's crazy. I didn't even look at that. So it says, when you are around these type of people, though, it says, it's time to face the truth. Acknowledging the reality of a situation can be difficult, but it's the only way to move forward. Honesty is the key to your success. And that just means, honestly, when it's as simple as starting with no. I'm not doing that. Like, literally, no. They always come back and want to try to fucking usually ask you for money. They disrespect you. They don't fucking say thank you. You go above and beyond to actually do exactly what they do, want, and more. And you were actually really excited to someday provide that for them, right? You thought that would really be the big dog, you know? That's what's going to make them happy. That's what they said. And they actually, you know what they do? Do they not literally completely not? They are so abusive, they actually don't acknowledge you. That's cool. It says King Wands. That's good. I like Wands. That's what I want to be. Wands means good sex and lots of career, like opportunities. And I think that's going to be great. So just know that whether we become a superhero squad or we save the world, just know that honestly, I'm free. I'm open. I'll do whatever. I don't care about money. I do need somebody that is good with money. And what I care about is that our people's bills get paid and taken care of to start all the pure bloods. So if you're anybody who likes, shares, and subscribes to the channel, and you share, and you put the word out there, track that shit. And Facebook and YouTube will tell me, and OnlyFans tells me who my biggest fans are. So I track that part. And to the top ones, I'm going to do at least 100 people where I'm going to pay all of your bills when that time comes. And I need somebody who's good with the marketing thing, because Facebook, like I said, is offering $55,000 a month, and I just need to stop getting in trouble. So you need to be the one who has. I would give you passwords to my accounts, and you need to be somebody who can handle seeing the content that I post on all channels. And you would be somebody who does not make decisions based off of your jealousy of another man. I would like to have either a lesbian woman maybe do it, or a strong man, because you would need, I want you to think like them. I always choose the wrong guys. There's danger in this thing, and so also the options could be that we could just sell the place. I guess we could stay here too if you want. I'm bored. And but like, you guys should be doing the same thing too. Some of you are like actually ready to do something. What are we gonna do? There's lots of opportunities. You're very wonderful, and you should be getting loved now. Says, you're feeling restricted or trapped. Though you're hopeless at this moment, know that you have the power to get yourself out of the situation. So look around and you'll find that you actually have more options than you think you do. And like right now, I'm willing to. If there's more of us that are single than not, if we can get the money organized now, we get a production crew, we could travel and make a TV show out of this, and I'll pay for whatever. We at least know we can sell the house and get whatever size boat that will get. And then whatever we could take off on a ship, dude. Who gives a fuck, dude? I'm pretty simple. We know we need gas. We could actually be smart about it and have a whole squad where we get one from every career. It's like a Noah's Ark type thing. And we could just congregate together and just have some peace. I feel like this land is fucking tainted. And we're just sitting here, paying fucking bills for nothing? What if we go be like the fucking Anaconda movie and we just go do something fucking crazy? I don't know. I'm just like feeling it. It's like the best year to be single, I feel like. I don't give a fuck. I'm down. I want it to be like an adult boat where we party and just like have good sex and food, and we just fucking think about what kind of show we're gonna make, and we're just making it, dude, authentically, and we teach people just be your fucking self, dude. I think that's the most important thing. I think everybody's just been lying, man, playing games, and that's not necessary. You don't got a lot to kick it, and you know what? They'll get fed to the sharks, just like Hook did. You know, I told this guy, I said, you know what, Chris? I just don't. You like Peter Pan? I think you're ever gonna grow up. He said, yeah. You're like Hook. Super funny. So I'm just grateful for all of you guys. You've really taught me a lot. I'm going to clean the house, because if not, I could sit here and talk to you all day. But you know, I got a lot of ideas, so I don't care what the fuck you do to me. Just don't try to take me out, man. Calm down, and don't lie to me either. Because you'll never stop missing me, babe. She'd be like, hang on a minute. I have nothing. I'll be back in a little bit. I love you guys so much, and you're the best team ever. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Oh, and also on the SKU, if you guys do my OnlyFans, Everly EVERLE, it's a $5 a month thing. You get unlimited content, and it's only me. I'm not stupid. I would never let nobody fucking touch me. I do it because you guys have asked me to do it, and I keep getting violations on my Facebook for doing it. I need somewhere to do this without. I'm gonna end up getting kicked off. I'm literally getting grounded. So don't be like, oh, you're fucking for the money. Bitch, please get on your knees and fucking give it to me. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Don't you think I know that motherfucking, I'm a fucking hillbilly. You think we out here just fucking straight getting, no. Do you think that fucking I've been waiting my whole life to get a husband so that you guys can see a lot of dick run through this? No, I'm not stupid. I know that a good man would never want another man to touch me. And that's why you can count on me to be honest here. And if I end up dating anybody, I'll let you know. Because I know that all of you, like, I would never want to hurt your feelings. Don't you think I care? And that is not cute. And plus, I actually get emails from those girls that are trying to sell themselves. They actually email me. And it is really not good. I actually get that from guys, though. You guys say the same thing. So it's just like, we're not into that anyway. We're willing to do it anyway. We're freak leaks. But when you do it like that, we're like, no, dude, step it up, bitch. You are right. You're like, I see something over there. And you're like, yeah, you are right. We were going to do it, but you have to put a little, you know what I recommend, guys? If you're struggling with getting a girl, I really do recommend you go do my channel. I teach you all about what everything is and how it works, and I talk to you about everything inappropriate, and I actually explain it to you so that you can understand. And I'm really kind of like rude. I'm pretty blunt, and so I will do this to men actually like in the moment, and they get upset, you know. But it's like I'm like the girl that's gonna tell you what's up. I'll just tell you guys all the truth. You don't have to worry. But yeah, I need a leader. Martin was the only person I really ever was led by. So I'm not somebody who cares about being. I think that whether you're a boss and you could use me in the company, or if you are a man and would like to have me as your wife and you're already a millionaire, or you think that you could see us running away on a ship and making love like the Titanic, or whatever the fuck your ideas are, I'm open-minded. And just, you can message me actually directly on my account from Everly OnlyFans or Facebook. And I'll try to get back to you. I love you. Love you guys so much. Cutie pies.